The next topic is teaching. Who wants to come in on that? Greg.
I was a teacher for many, many years, ladies and gentlemen, and I knew the day I had to leave teaching, it was simple because a very clear sign was given to me that I should leave the profession by a child, because a child walked into my lesson 20 minutes late. I was a very strict teacher. I was livid, yeah? I was almost as mad as if that child had been running in the school corridor, right? I thought, I am having this little bastard. I am having this. So I gave him my most ruthless teacher stare when he walked in, something like... Maybe not that sexually aggressive. That would work. That would work, though, wouldn't it? They wouldn't be late again then, would they? Oh, dear. Where have you been? No, it wasn't right. I was furious. I went, oh, really? Oh, really? And I could see that child didn't give a shit, right? And I thought, oh, no, this is the end of my teaching career. And I went, where have you been? And he went, yeah, sorry, sir. I went, really? Are you? Well, where the hell have you been for 20 minutes? And I promise you, that child looked me in the face and went, yeah, sorry, sir. I've been living La Vida Loca. What can you say to that? I said, fair enough, sit down. Anyone who quotes Ricky Martin at me, ladies and gentlemen, is a friend for life.
Well done, Greg. The answer is cheese, wine and rubbish. What is the question?
What 3 words best describe France?
What are my ex-girlfriend's pet names for my testicles and penis?
With gas bills rising, what advice has one executive at Centrica, the owners of British Gas?
Oh, I love this guy. Put on 2 jumpers. Could he be more evil?
I think the thing for me is that I don't think there's any way of gauging how hot pensioners should be, because there is no limit to how hot pensioners seem to want to be. Speaking to my granny, I'm pretty sure I could pour a boiling pan of jam in her face. I have walked into there and almost turned into a pillar of salt sometimes. And to be honest with you, if the heat doesn't get you in that woman's flat, then the speakers on the telly will make you mentally ill.
Lines you wouldn't hear in a superhero movie.
No, R. Kelly, you can't join the Fantastic Four. It's not enough to believe you can fly.
Unlikely letters for an agony aunt to receive.
Dear Deirdre, can that giant man lift me up like a baby?
You bet your ass you can. Dear Auntie, my testicles are the size of space hoppers. I don't need any advice, I just wanted to tell someone.
The topic is the human body.
I have to tell you that being a tall man in this country is tedious, ladies and gentlemen. Tedious, because in small towns throughout the country, there are a series of jokes prepared by the locals on our behalf. I'll be walking innocently into a local pub or down the street, and I'll get several jokes. One of the jokes might be this. Just to give you an example of the level we're talking about. Another joke might be, what's the weather like up there? It's freezing. There's a massive climate change in this amount of space here. You toothless buffoon. Probably the most offensive example of this is genuine. I was at a cash point and there was a little old woman in front of me at the cash point tapping away with her claws, and I'm sorry, I'm just quite angry about this. And when she'd finished, bless her heart, she turned around and she hadn't seen me. She turned around and she went like this. Oh! Maybe not that sexually. She said, oh! And then with no hint of irony at all, she asked me this question. Would you like a job at my house, changing light bulbs? No. No, old woman. I have plans of my own. Now, get out of the way of the cash point. 20 minutes is long enough for you to have worked out that that's a Tesco club card.
Thank you very much, Greg.
Science, please.
OK, science is the category. The answer is 40 years. What's the question?
What is the average waiting time at Glasgow A&E on a Friday night?
Deleted lines from a fantasy film.
This will never work, Frodo. You all right, John? How's it going, all right? Yeah. How's the kids? All right? See you later.
Things you don't want to hear from your flatmate.
I'd give it 10 minutes in the toilet if I were you. That one could talk.
Only if you found out that his charming Spanish wife sold salad would his popularity have been any lower.
I think if two Labour MPs find themselves against each other, they should combine, like the Transformers, to make one super MP and destroy all of the Liberals forever.
There's something in that plan. Maybe slightly more working out than that.
It's the 1 year anniversary of the coalition.
Yes.
At this point, I bet David forgot. I bet Nick was ringing out going, so where are you taking me? We know where he's taking you. And how roughly.
I agree. Cameron is constantly going on about the strength of the union and how strong they are. I think they should be made to kiss in public. That's what we used to do at primary school. If people said they liked each other, we made them kiss.
By the way, was this during your career as a pupil or during your later career as a teacher?
It was a prison. It was a prison school I was at.
Okay. Subject is family. Who wants to come in on that? Greg.
All of my family are obsessed by the ageing process. Every single generation of us are obsessed by it at the moment. I'll just share this with you before I talk about other family members, just so I can get it off my chest. I was visiting my parents last week, and an old family friend came up to us in the street and said to my mum, "Hello, Pauline, how are you?" She said, "I'm all right, thanks, Kath, how are you?" And then she looked up at me and she said, "Hello, Bob, how are you?" Bob is my dad. He is 75 years of age. All of us are obsessed with it. All of us are obsessed with ageing in our family. Even my nan. My nan is doing her best to hold off the years. She puts a pound of face cream on every single morning. You know, and there's not a face cream on the market that works, ladies and gentlemen. I know that because of my nan, because she's a lovely woman, but she's religiously applied this stuff, and with the best will in the world, her face is ruined. I said to her, "You've spent all that time and all that money, Gran, and your face is no better than Grandad's." And he's dead. He died in the war. He got shot in the face. With a cannon. Is it how many doors do a Jehovah's Witness have to knock on before someone lets them in? Is it what rhymes with Schmive 100 million?
Okay, if that's what we're doing, then can I have the correct answer, please?
Is that the end of the round then?
Yeah, that's definitely a sign of either the end of the round or the end of days.
Did you see John Prescott's offer to the people who didn't manage to get tickets? John Prescott put a tweet out saying, if you've missed out on tickets to the Olympic Games, the East Hull Olympic Games start today in the park in my constituency, which is kind of like saying, can't afford the opera? Well, there's a tramp at the bottom of my road. Yes, he whistles my way.
Greg, why are you following John Prescott on Twitter?
Private reasons.
What?
I had a haircut in Turkey and they set fire to my ear hair.
Really? Oh, yeah, but they liked it, but not the entire thing, just like they...
No, they didn't just...
Paraffin all over. Welcome! Thank you for coming to Crazy Omar's Barbershop. Things you wouldn't hear at a school assembly.
I'm sorry to keep you waiting, boys and girls. I've just had a shit the size of a baby seal. A wise man once said, boys and girls, that if you try your hardest, you can fulfil your dreams. Generally, that's true. Not for you, though, Tom. You can't read. So...
The next topic is unlikely things to hear on a TV talent show.
You're right. I can't sing. Thanks. Oh. Where's my double act partner? Oh, he's in here. Feeling nothing more than feeling. Trying to
First subject is fatherhood. Who wants to come in on that? Greg.
Yeah, my father has taken fatherhood in a very strange direction in the last few years. And it started about 3 years ago at Christmas when he announced to me, and this is a quote, and all of what I'm about to tell you is entirely real. This happened. He said to me, "Son, I am 72. I said, "I'm aware of that." He said, "Yes. I've decided from now on I shall start behaving exactly as I see fit." And I said, "Well, I would welcome that." He said, "I'm glad you agree, because when you come home for Christmas, you'll discover this year that I am wearing a Christmas outfit." I went, "All right, then." I got home, and true to his word, he was wearing a Christmas outfit. I swear to you, it was one giant pair of white underpants that stretched from his knees to just below his nipples, and a novelty Santa hat with a flashing bulb on the end. And he came downstairs, and this is a quote, "Do you like?" I said, "I find it a bit challenging." He said, "I don't give a shit what you think." And he went off to eat some cheese. This is where it gets weird. I went out that night with some of the people in my hometown. Midnight, anticipating me coming home, my mother tells me he did this. He went upstairs in his panter outfit. He went to my mother's sheet drawer, for she has one. He took out a double white sheet. He placed that over his head. He went out into their garden and he hid in a bush. With a view to giving me, his then 40-year-old son, a bit of a scare. Presumably, my mother is so sick of his shit, she decided not to tell him something that she full well knew, that on that occasion, I'd stayed over at a friend's house. It's not strictly relevant, but I went out with a Greek girl once.
I can't imagine how this wouldn't be relevant to discussion of their economy.
Did you not have much money, Greg?
Yes.
I'm just throwing it in.
Unlikely things to hear in a police station.
Right, listen up. We've got a new man starting. He's half man, half horse. It's Inspector Morse. Right, listen up. There's a giant fly attacking the station. I've called the SWAT team.
Unlikely things to hear in a science documentary.
And as the sperm swim towards the eggs, it's hard not to think that I've ruined this fried breakfast.
I was in the bank the other day, this is absolute truth, and a man had a shit on the floor. It was the most shocking thing I've ever seen in my life. He just shook it out
That is one hell of a deposit that he has made. That.
He probably normally does all of his banking on the internet, but he couldn't log on that day. Is it what Peter Andre says when he's asked what his daily routine is?
Our trains, our toilets, and our celebrities.
Is it what?
High pitched but not Australian anymore.
Our trains, our toilets, our celebrities.
I went to a voice coach to get rid of my Australian accent, and I can't help thinking she's done something wrong.
I've been over in this country for a while, so I sometimes slip into both fucking accents. Our trains got them a six-pack. I don't miss my jeans. The answer is the celebrities are making the money for the kids.
On the Peter Andre thing. About that. Where it makes the money for the children. That was the combination.
Is it?
No.
What three things were most complained about at the Queen's Jubilee?
If you can do that in a proper voice.
OK.
He sings for most.
Was it not a bit strange that they built that really elaborate, beautiful rowboat called, what's it called, the Gloriana?
Gloriana, my mate built that.
For the Queen, and yet... Was it just me who thought it's a bit weird that she's not on it? Because the only person who was on it was Claire Balding, as far as... Essentially, there's thousands of foreign tourists who think that Claire Balding is the Queen. I saw the British Queen the other day. Looks like she can handle herself in a pub fight.
Unlikely things to hear at an awards ceremony.
And predictably, for the 50th year running, the Rear of the Year has been won by the same man. Come on up, Chris. It's a Chris Rea joke.
And the award for Best Film, Cling Film.
Oh, that was all right, though, was it? It's bullshit, Dara.
It's all politics, man.
And the best posthumously released rap record goes to Kim Yong for I Told You I Was Ill. Too late. And the winner of Rear of the Year goes to Chris Rea.
Okay. Our next topic is unlikely lines from a thriller.
I want to make you a vodka martini. You can't handle vermouth. I would like to gently lift your horse's foot. You can't handle the hoof. And as his eyes gradually became accustomed to the shadowy darkness, he realised he was not alone in that room. Who is it?
It's me, Peter!
People make an awful lot about the pressure that kids are under, and I suppose they are, but speaking as an ex-teacher, that when it comes to exam time, there's far worse pressure on the teachers, because you have to spend sometimes 4 or 5 hours in those halls just walking up and down, and it's a recipe for insanity. I had no choice when I was teaching but to invent a game called Compile. It was just to see who could walk up and down the aisle the campest. We started off just sort of slightly mincing. Honestly, by the end of it, I was walking down a full aisle of children like this. And I knew it was time for me to leave teaching when I got to the end of one aisle. Genuinely, during an actual GCSE, a kid looked up at me and went...
So were you essentially voguing your way?
I'm not exaggerating. By the end of it, I was like...
The thing is, they want to make the exams harder, don't they? You know, but surely they're hard enough already if your teacher is walking up and down, camping it up.
Oh, no, I'm still qualified, technically. We'll have to cut this bit out.
Really? Is that your safety net?
Yeah.
Oh, that's really sweet. Do you think anybody, having seen you in In-Betweeners, anybody is ever going to...
Well, you've always got a trade.
I was in an exam when I was at school. My mate, at the back of the hall went... We were all waiting to leave. Someone at the back of the hall went... Meow. Mr Mearden, the exam invigilator, went... And then someone else went... Meow. And then... Meow. From different parts of the hall. And it led to my favourite sentence I've ever heard come out of an adult's mouth, which was, all right, no one leaves until the meowing stops.
Unlikely things to hear on a property show.
Get that fish out of here, it stinks. Should never leave a place in the sun. This week on Grand Designs, my gran designs a house. It'll be shit. She's got terrible arthritis and not even a rudimentary qualification. Knock it down, tarmac it, fuck 'em.
OK, the next topic is unlikely things to hear in a maternity ward.
I'd stay up that end and talk to your wife if I were you, Mr. Smith. It looks like Alien versus Predator down here. Oh, this isn't your first baby, is it?
What are some of the items that are exempt from the new 5p charge for plastic carrier bags? The government introduced the charge throughout England on Monday to reduce litter and protect the environment.
Like, you're paying 5p for a bag, you can get a trolley for £1, can't you?
The reaction has been fairly over the top. This is the front page of the Daily Mail. Plastic bags, chaos looms. Because you got to pay 5p. This is a thing that was introduced in Scotland, in Wales, in Northern Ireland, in the Republic of Ireland. It's been there for 10 years.
Yeah, but be honest, Dara, you and I moved here when it was brought in the Republic of Ireland because of the Armageddon that it
created.
Ireland was laid waste. People fought over bags, put them over each other's heads, choked
awful.
people. It was horrible.
It was brother against brother. Yeah. It was father against mother. It was carnage in Ireland over the bags. What? What a bag! How... Ah! It was
Armageddon. 5p a bag, though, that's good, isn't it? I've got loads of plastic bags under my sink. I'm going to start selling them outside Asda for 4p.
Yeah, people are opening that drawer and going, I'm a millionaire!
It might turn into an insult, though, mightn't it? 5p bag. You just go, yeah, your mum's a 5p bag, mate.
If you was in a massive Tesco and you got yourself a bit of Cherokee gear, you could... do you not buy Cherokee from Tesco?
What's Cherokee?
It's their brand of clothes in Tesco. I'm not in my world, am I? It's my first suit from Asda. 20 quid. I nearly caught fire walking down the road. Just static, threw it in the air. Caught on the ceiling.
No one else will only wear Cherokee.
If you buy clothes in the supermarkets, will you get a nice bag? Or...
I'm sorry, I'm more intrigued that the Tesco clothing range is called Cherokee.
Something like that. I might be saying it wrong, because I said... What did I say wrong the other day? Those Mikados.
Mikado.
I say
why are you looking at me like we live together?
What did I say wrong the other day, love? What was it?
I did the opposite of that with your mispronunciation. I accidentally called Wagamamas Wagamamas. That's the poshest thing I've ever done in my life. Wagamamas.
Wagamamas. I prefer Wagapapas, but Wagamamas will do it a pub.
When we were underage and trying to get served in pubs, you know Bombardier, the ale Bombardier, one of my friends panicked and said, can I have a pint of Bombardier, please?
Things you wouldn't hear on a property show.
So, it's a 2 up, 2 down. It's unusual, but those are the testicles I was born with.
Welcome to the show. We'll be looking at houses that have been designed by someone's nan. Yes, it's grand designs.
Of course, finding something in London on your budget was very, very difficult. So this property does come with a bit of a commute. Welcome to Stoke.
All property is theft. Good night.
Bit mean, but we've put together a montage of first-time buyers being told about stamp duty for the first time.
I begged Gary for an extension. He went and got a conservatory. I actually meant a penis enlargement.
This week, Bert has bought a yurt. And that sentence alone makes this the most fun show we've ever done.
Hi, I'm Kirsty Allsop, and this week I'll be patronising more millennials. You can't have dreams and a second bedroom. Wake up.
Well, this used to be a railway station, but there haven't been any trains here for nearly 40 years. It's Haywards Heath on Southern Railway.
And Simon has converted this railway carriage into his very own office, just by yelling into his mobile phone like an arsehole.
This house was built on an ancient burial ground, which is why the episode's been hosted by me, the ghost of a hunchback Victorian boy trying to explain fixed-rate mortgages.
Now, this next property is about £50,000 over Philip and Susan's budget. Luckily, though, Philip's grandmother has just died.
Loads of notorious people live on these here branches. Piers Morgan, Katie Hopkins, Donald Trump. So, what? Escape to the country? No, this is escape to the...
So, if you want to brighten up your kitchen, turn the light on.
Susan turned her two-bedroom house into a 10-bedroom house by putting a bed in every room.
I'm Danny Dyer. Welcome to Let's Do This Gaff Up.
Well, there you go. Immediately, you can see how much roomier it looks without the old lady and the oxygen cylinders.
Now we come to scenes we'd like to see, so if everyone can make their way over to the performance area, please. I'll read out this week's topics and then we'll see what our panellists can come up with. OK, here we go. The first subject is unlikely complaints to TV channels.
Dear Jim will fix it. Why aren't you replying to me letters?
Dear Living TV, stop breathing on me, you're freaking me out.
Dear BBC, I find it extremely offensive that after each scene we'd like to see, the host, Dara O'Brien, appears to emit a loud fart.
Dear BBC, why have you given Andy Parsons that ridiculous wig this week?
Dear BBC, I recently saw something on the Antiques Roadshow I would like to purchase. How much is Fiona Bruce?
Dear Dragon's Den, I have lost my keys, and for that reason, I'm out.
Dear ITV, I just watched Loose Women in High Definition. Please remove this option.
Dear Babe Station, sorry for the scrawl, I'm having to write this with my left hand.
Dear Babe Station, I've watched your channel for 10 hours now, and I've yet to see a film about a pig working as a sheepdog. However, I shall persevere.
Dear Channel 5, I have watched Celebrity Big Brother. I think it should be renamed Big Brother.
Dear BBC, why don't you get Irish comedian Ed Byrne to do a documentary about ladies' pants?
Dear Dave, have you seen Phil? Yours, Bob.
Dear Embarrassing Bodies, I'm a man trapped inside a woman's body. I got mixed up between superglue and lube.
Dear
Dave Jarvu. Have you seen Phil Jarvu? Yours, Bob Jarvu.
Dear BBC, where can I get one of those blurred number plates you always see on television?
Dear Embarrassing Bodies, I think there may be something wrong with my penis. I've enclosed it in an envelope. You can...
Dear BBC, why have you changed the name of Snug, Marry, Avoid to 3 Men in a Boat?
Hey, in other news, what is this?
That's a chart.
It's a chart, yes. A chart of what?
This is a new point system that immigrants must adhere to if they want to live in this country.
Yes, you get bonus points if you've got English, and you lose points if you fail to integrate, which seems harsh in the initial interview. You don't turn up dressed as a pearly queen. Oi! Good integrating, well done.
It's basically racist, isn't it? What, people are going to have to learn English to get a British passport? No, I'm afraid it's my family and I will be murdered if we go home. Not my family and me. Back to the Sudan with you.
They want them to learn British history, but essentially British history is us invading their country, enslaving their people, and then nicking their natural resources. Always good to remind them of that before we welcome them into the country.
But nobody says this, right? If you're seeking asylum in this country, you probably need asylum. Right? If you come from a sunny country and you want to move to Birmingham, someone in your homeland is trying to murder you. If you're rocking up to Preston looking for a better life, things have gone very badly wrong where you come from. Let those people in. Don't say to those people, hey, you're a heart surgeon in your homeland, but you read very badly from Beowulf. We'll have to let you go. It's easily unfair, though, isn't it? Because it always comes down, they have to know things about Winston Churchill. You ask anyone in this country, give us a famous quote from Churchill, and I guarantee they'll go, oh, yes.
Has any, you know, because this is to the points to get yourself into the country. Currently, there is a Life in the UK test, which features questions like this. After the Second World War, where did British textile and engineering firms send agents to find workers? Now, judging by the reaction both the audience here and 6 blank faces here, and even more weirdly, there's another question from the life skills test. Where does Santa Claus come from? Now, there's debate in this country about that particular issue, let alone there is no hard and fast answer to that one, but that is among them. Why don't you just, if you really want people to mix in, just give them a simple finish the sentence question with questions like, the referee's a what? And if they can finish that, like the Frosty's there, what?
Why don't we just go the whole hog, admit we're racist, and at immigration control have a Dulux wall chart, and when people rock up, we go burnt umber, I'm afraid not. Autumn sunset, in you come, just.
By the way, this announcement of this new clampdown on immigration, what made it slightly awkward?
It was a fantastic story because there was an illegal immigrant found hiding underneath a bus that was full of people who work for immigration.
Yes, it was.
Isn't that a brilliant story?
It was a bus carrying staff of the UK Border Agency, and an illegal immigrant clambered underneath it and hid beside the fuel tank.
The last place they'll look.
It is. It clearly was the last place.
Just for cheekiness, he should be allowed in because that is brilliant. That is like a mouse sneaking into the house by holding onto the cat's nipples, isn't it? It's just...
Well, apparently when they got to Folkestone, he just legged it. I'd have loved to have been on that bus and seen those guys go, well, I think that went quite well, don't you? I think it went quite... Oh, dear, who's that chap? I don't want to sound racist, but there's no way that any of us are going to catch him over 5,000 metres.
OK, at the end of that round, the points go to Frankie and Stewart. Subject is the media. Who wants to come into that? Russell.
I'll do that. I'd see, you know,
The way I like getting the news is Radio 5 Live. It's fantastic. 'Cause it's just news and nutters, isn't it? They'll read out, like, that was the Pope's view on abortion, and then, hello, Felicity Puddleduck here, livid and ill-informed. I'd just like to say those harlots should give birth to their children aged 2 that charge you to national service. I'm off to bake a cake. And sat there listening, and then the next night, David, are you out of your mind? Cloning? Think it through. 2 versions of me. Want to go out and commit a crime? Who gets blamed for it? Me! I'm doing it 20 Street. He's banging my wife. Where's the justice? And you sat there listening to these nutters, and then the most ridiculous story. A man in Bristol's found the face of Jesus on a crisp. And suddenly, I couldn't believe I opened up my frazzles. There he was!
Russell Howard. And the first subject is relationships. Ellie.
So I've got quite a close relationship with my sister, and she's got my little nephew, Henry, who is a prick. No, he is. Don't take his side. You haven't met him. Because before he came along, I was the youngest in the family. I was the baby of the family, which we all know is the socially acceptable way for saying favourite. A role I was born to play until my sister, Slaggy McSlaggerson, got herself knocked up by some dude she had barely been married to for 6 years. Suddenly it was all about her and the baby within. Now, initially, naively, I did actually get quite excited about the pregnancy, because I think especially from, like, a female point of view, you wouldn't be human if you didn't get excited about your sister putting on a lot of weight. Had a lot of fun with that. We did. I changed her ringtone to the sound of a large lorry reversing. Just sisterly banter, really. But the banter stopped when the baby came, because suddenly it was all about him. No one paid me any attention anymore. Like, I don't know if you've ever had, like, sort of a family dinner with a small child around. It's a nightmare. There's food being thrown, there's shit everywhere, there's tits hanging out. You name it, I tried it, still nothing. Thank you.
Very good. OK, that leaves us with Milton. Let's see what you've been given. Let's spin the wheel. And the topic is entertainment.
I'm reading a book at the moment. It's called The Anticlimax. The first part is good. I see Rihanna had to cancel a concert because she got salmonella. Ella. I also see that down by the Thames they're making another wheel, this time dedicated to Mary Poppins, called the London Umdiddle-Diddle-Umdiddle-I. My grandmother, she got her scarf caught in one of those Ferris wheels, but she did regain consciousness. After all, what goes around... I was in a nativity play once. I was the man who scares the children because he comes into the hall on the wrong day to play badminton. Lionel Richie says hello, by the way. The other day, I saw a sheep pole dancing in a kebab shop.
Thank you very, very much. OK. In that round of points, go to Go. Our next round is called Headliners. Here's a picture of Education Secretary Michael Gove. But what does GAEC stand for?
Is it Goverten's Elf College? Genetic abnormality explains chin.
Amazing.
Is it something cock?
Is it Michael Gove saying, gosh, actual ethnic children?
Is it in fact what the kids have done to him? Glued arse to edge of chair.
Is it Gove Adonis? exuding charisma.
Is it adult literacy rates poor?
Gollum advises Earth children.
Is it Grindr adventure ends catastrophically?
Is it?
OK, let's just give the correct answer, because frankly, nothing's going to top that.
Gove announced as emergency contraceptive.
Let's have the correct answer, please.
It's going to be something about Gove announces exam change.
Very good. Thank you very much. You guys. Yes, the answer I was looking for was Gove announces exam changes. This is the news that Education Secretary Michael Gove has announced a new English baccalaureate certificate to replace GCSEs. From 2015, students will work towards a demanding 3-hour exam at the end of a 2-year course rather than the current combination of coursework, modular exams and multiple retakes.
He's even invented an exam that sicker kids won't be able to pronounce. It's the back of what? The back of what? The back. Oh, give me a shovel, I'll go down a mine.
I think the idea is if you're academic, then you get a baccalaureate, and otherwise they teach you practical skills like how to baccalaureate.
The Tories have assured us that under this system no child will be left behind. But how can we take Tory promises that no child will be left behind seriously when their leader's David Cameron?
What's the, do you know what the abbreviation is?
It's called
EBC.
EBAC.
It's called the EBAC.
EBAC, which is when Yorkshire people make payment over the internet.
I thought that was something from Star Wars, isn't that?
Yes, it was.
EBAC?
Do you know who hated the EBACs?
I bet you can't do the impression.
Skywalker! Your EBACs will not qualify you to run the Empire.
There's been a lot of debate over, whether grades have been devalued, and I was discussing that recently with my nephew, Professor Timmy.
So, hang on, sorry, because it's one of these things that I genuinely am always perplexed about, coming from a different country as I have, with my spices and my silks. To your nation. And there's so many great things about it, except your exams, which are mad. And not that the education, by the way, is great. I'm not saying anything about the education people get here, it's fantastic. But the exams are mad.
There are people who, when confronted with an exam paper, just go to pieces completely and forget how to count, and I think it's very unfair that they are marking the papers.
When I...
And the topic is relationships. Who wants to come in that? Russell.
Britain, I have sexual advice for you. That's right. When I was 18, I used food in the bedroom. Now, don't ever do it. It didn't go well, right? I used Rolo yogurt. And rather than tell... Yeah, exactly, right? Rather than tell my then girlfriend what I had planned, I pretty much waited for her like some hideous yogurt goblin, right? Now, I doubt there's anything more terrifying than coming home to find me naked, holding yogurt, going, yeah, right? And I panicked, and rather than putting a little bit on, I pretty much basted her, right? By the time I'd finished, she looked a bit like Morph. You're sat there. I created an angry meal. You don't know where to start licking. You don't want to lick randomly, then she looks like she's got an illness. So, I did foot up to knee. That took me an hour. And hours, I was just... She looked like an angry gingerbread lady who'd had her leg dipped in Tippex, right? It didn't end there. I was I can't help you. The door opened, one of my dogs ran in and started licking the other leg. Never use food in the bedroom.
Thank you very much, Russell Howard. So that leaves us with Stuart. Let's have a look at the last topic then. And the topic is family. Stuart.
Before I rock the microphone, I want to I want to dedicate my performance to my father, who was a roofer. So, Dad, if you're up there. I'll tell you about my family. I'm the youngest of three. My parents are both older, and I have mixed-race parents. My father prefers the 100 meters, and my mother's Pakistani. I was raised by my father. My mother left before I was born. And, you know... I like being raised by my father. He's schizophrenic, but he's good people. I remember one summer I was 5 and he was Mussolini. Went to the park that day. I love parks. Standing in the park today wondering, why does a Frisbee appear larger the closer it gets? And then it hit me. My uncle's a hypnotist who has never inappropriately touched me. I have to leave now. I'm a member of Overactors Anonymous, and we have an Overactors Anonymous meeting that starts in...
Okay, here we go. Let's spin the wheel. The first topic is global warming. Who wants to come in on that? Andy Parsons.
Sheryl Crow, she's gone into the debate. She wants us to save natural resources by apparently using only 1 sheet of toilet paper per visit. Now, let's face it, sometimes that's just not feasible, is it? But ever since I found that out, part of me's there thinking, each time I use more than 1 sheet, I've let Sheryl Crow down. Then part of me's thinking, oh, I'd never want to go out with Sheryl Crow. She's a toilet paper Nazi. And half the time, she's probably got a dirty arse.
Thank you very much, Andy Parsons. Okay, let's spin the wheel again. The subject is celebrity. Who wants to come in on that?
I will take that.
Ed.
Yes. No, I'll take celebrity because, you know, I suppose, I'm a celebrity. You know, I've got that sort of... I'm on telly, occasionally. I'm on it right now. So that's fair enough, you know. But I'm not like famous. I've got that sort of halfway house. I'm not like household name, but I'm not nobody. I'm sort of like that bloke. What's his name? You know, and people will say, oh, I saw that Ed Byrne on telly. And the other person will go, who? You know, oh, you know, the Irish guy, comedian. What, the big guy with the bald head? No, not that bloke. And it's weird when you got that sort of in-between thing, because, you know, I'll tell you what I get a lot, particularly in England, is I get people coming up to me to tell me that they don't know who I am. Seriously. Which to me seems a bizarre thing to cross a room to tell somebody, but you would be alarmed how often someone will come up to me in a pub or a club and go, apparently you're on the television? I've never heard of you. Really? My family used to own a dog called Layla. What? Sorry, I thought we were playing swap information neither of us gives a shit about. No? Whereas in Ireland, I'm a bit more well-known. So in Ireland, I get abuse.
The next round is called Headliners. Here's a typical picture of humble football star Cristiano Ronaldo. But what does RISC stand for?
Is it really? I signed contract.
Is it referees immediately sense cheating?
Is it risky investment, Spanish club?
Is it Ronaldo's irremovable shoe conundrum?
Rich, ignorant, spoilt crybaby.
Is it Ronaldo? Is it Ronaldo is secret creationist? He doesn't believe in evolution after playing with Wayne Rooney for 2 years.
Is it Ronaldo invites sex crime?
It's a new show by the makers of Wife Swap. Every week, Ronaldo invites a sex crime.
This week. Hola. Bienvenidos a Sex Crime. Can we possibly veer towards...
The S is for slavery, isn't it?
The S is for slavery, yes.
Ronaldo in slavery... conundrum.
Contract.
Controversy!
Controversy!
Controversy.
It doesn't count if he says half the words.
Yes, the answer I was looking for was Ronaldo and slavery controversy. The Manchester United winger is keen on a move to Real Madrid and backed the words of FIFA President Sepp Blatter, who likened the football transfer system to modern slavery.
Talking of slavery, do you reckon when the Egyptian slaves were building pyramids, some of them were going, this is a disgrace, being treated like footballers?
It is a very distasteful remark to make when these men are being traded for millions of pounds to compare it to slavery.
The thing is, we're saying, what, Ronaldo doesn't have a sense of perspective?
Yeah.
Since early childhood, he has been praised and rewarded ludicrously for having very well-coordinated feet. Of course he's not got a sense of perspective. We're lucky he's not killed someone very skillfully with his feet. There's no point us saying we know what it's like to be Ronaldo. We have no idea what it's like to be Ronaldo. Drinking smart cocktails that teach you capoeira, having sex with beautiful android women. If we had to live Ronaldo's life for 5 minutes, we would shit our brains out of our eyes.
It's a very moving cry for understanding for Ronaldo.
If footballers can be treated as slaves, Max Mosley must be thinking, I got the wrong sport. Don't you think?
Football's just distraction. Distract you from the real world, distract you from the war. Instead, they should replace football with just a guy bringing out a big bunch of keys and going, look at the shiny, shiny. We've cancelled the football season. Look at the shiny, shiny.
It would particularly work if you brought out Jangle the Keys and then there were loads of internet sites about, I wonder what keys they'll have next year. OK, the next topic is bad things to say at a wedding.
I do.
Don't worry, the vows are simple. Just repeat after me. Eeny, meeny, macaracka, rare, ride, dominaka, chicka-bocka, lollipopper, rom-pom, push.
And we will now sing hymn number 225. My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard.
When John went down on one knee, I wish I'd known that he was having a stroke.
I'd like to thank Elsie for the flowers. It was her funeral I nicked them from.
So what, your best man's in an absolute state. That's my mum.
Now, it's my job to tell some amusing stories about Gavin. So, first of all, for a kick-off, he's a hermaphrodite.
My bride always wears white. Isn't that right, Dolly? Bah!
Now, Carol's family have always had their doubts about me. So, first of all, let me explain why I'm naked.
This is my first gay wedding, so you must be the pretty one.
To my new son-in-law, I would say this. You have released me. This monster is yours now.
I would like to apologise for the state of my clothes and the smell of sick only I spent last night in a skip. Anyway, dearly beloved, we are gathered here today.
People have said to me, why have you stopped being a bachelor after so long? And I say, well, look at her. She's wealthy and she's dying.
It wouldn't be a traditional Norfolk wedding without a speech from the father of the bride and groom.
The end of that round, the points go to Frankie, Hugh and Stuart. Unlikely things to hear at a wedding or funeral.
It was always Alan's dream to be buried with his wife. So this afternoon, we shot her.
All the tables are named after mine and my wife's favourite films. I know it's quite crowded over there on the Human Centipede, but if you all squeeze in together, you'll be fine.
Oh,
Oh, thank you, no. I've had more than enough free Prosecco.
Yes, I know it's traditional for the bride to have something blue. I just don't think you should have dug up Grandma.
Just because he was morbidly obese doesn't mean he can't be buried with dignity. Gary, get the forklift.
In life, he was a strong, confident and capable man. Excelled at everything he did. Apart from swimming, obviously.
At least George died doing what he loved. Heroin.
I know it's customary, as father of the bride, to give my daughter away, but I'd like to try something different. 55, 55, 55, 60,
And if you look on the back of today's order of service, you'll see a picture of Ethel when she was much younger. I think we'll all agree it's one for the wank bank.
Today is not a sad day. It's a celebration because, after all, Trevor was a prick.
Bride side or groom side? I don't know, I'll fuck them both.
Why she drove into oncoming traffic, we will never know. Perhaps Vera by name.
Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Never WhatsApp while walking, he got hit by a bus.
We choreographed our own first dance because we are arseholes.
No, it's funny. No, I just realised it's just because I've never actually met a Scottish widow. You know, it's like...
Sadly, today, we all know exactly where Wally is.
And I'd like to congratulate the bride's mother on how well she looks tonight, although not as well as she'd look on my dick! I'm sorry.
My goodness. My goodness, yes, that is a lovely ring. Now, pop your trousers back on.
Does anybody else find there's a seriously inconsistent tone at this wedding or funeral?
Our next round is called Newsreel. We play in a recent piece of footage featuring people in the news and ask Hugh to suggest what might be being said. This week's clip features the Prince of Wales.
Right, here we go. Next pub, 5 down, 4 to go, 6 pints in each. Oh, what an enormous television. You can put your hand right through it. How do you do that? Is it 3D? It's very real. Look.
That's because we are real, you see. There's a serving hutch in a pub.
Yes, I knew that. Anyway, I tell you what, I'll have a pint of that, please.
That is a charity collecting tape.
Is it? Yes, I knew that. In that case, I'll have whatever's in the barrel. A pint of plunge plunger, please. A packet of porky scratchings. Unless you've got any biscuits, touchy originals, I don't have to pay for them, you see, because I own the company. I was saying to these fellas here, I only drink warm bitter at the moment. Yes, well, you would if you spent 4 hours on a sodding royal barge. Yes, feel that. Still freezing. It's weeks ago. Freezing. Feel my hands. Yeah. Oh, look, lovely. Here's a pint of bitter. I love bitter, don't you? It's almost as British as Will.I.am wants to be. Anyway, down the hatch. Get it down, you Zulu warrior. And that's... Oh, no. Oh, no, that's a bit off, I think. Yes, I tell you what, I think the old pipes need a bit of a clean, as they said to Prince Philip. I tell you what, here's a question. Are pints getting smaller, or is my hand getting bigger? Show me the way to go home. Can you show me the way to go home? To be honest, it could be almost anywhere, because I have an enormous number of homes. I tell you what, why don't you join us on the next stage of the pub crawl? I think it might be the Crown and the Sceptre. It's as close as I'm going to get to either of them.
Well done, Q. Well done, mate.
Enjoying the Moscow weather, William? I don't understand. Why aren't we in a car? Well, we can't. There's one road in and one road out. After the pasty thing, we can't afford another U-turn. Never mind, it won't matter. Now, I am David Cameron, Prime Minister of Great Britain. This is William Hague, Phil Mitchell look-alike. We're here to meet Vladimir Putin and the other fella.
Oh, yes, well, you say you are Prime Minister, yet you do not have a car.
Yes, no, we haven't come in a car.
Even the Greeks have a car, and their economy is shit.
Well, no, please let us in. He is expecting us, so if you could show us to the gatehouse.
So, this is the inside of the fearsome Kremlin. Can't see why it's so frightening. Perhaps people have never been to Barnsley.
So, Vladimir, lovely to see you. Didn't recognise you with a shirt on, and not riding a horse.
Yes, come and meet the others. Hello, Hague. Hello, Natalia.
Yes, how do you do? I am David. I am the British. Hello, how do you do? I am David Cameron. I am the British. No, not one handshake. Well, never mind, David. You've only lost a bit of pride. At least you haven't mislaid your child again. I've come to think of it, I wonder where she... Never mind, let's listen to what...
So, Comrade Cameron, your mission is complete. Now phase 2. You will travel to Washington. You will give Obama a present he is not expecting.
Oh, my God, he's gone completely mad. So, never mind, carry on as normal. Don't eat any sushi. So, right. Vladimir, we are very pleased to be here at this historic time for both our countries. We wish to foster trade links between our two great nations. Russia and Britain are uniquely matched in that you have lots of money, and we are quite happy for you not to pay any tax at all. So, could you translate that, please?
Yes, certainly. He says you are a criminal who rigged the election and you should rot in jail.
No, I didn't say that. I was mistranslated. I was talking about trade links.
Yes, he says you dress like a girl and you smell like a meerkat. Yes. Kill him.
Thank you very much, sir. Put him down, Camilla. I'm sorry she's insatiable. Anyway, I meant to give you this. I don't know why. I don't care.
Oh, look at this. This is lovely. Isn't like a lovely Christmas present? Goodness, my voice is even lower than normal. I wonder if they have any strepsils. By the way, I have already paid for this. I'm not knocking off with it.
Oh, for goodness sake, Camilla, put them down. It's a compulsion. We haven't got any money.
Oh, no, please, if you could just pop them in the bag, that'd be... Thank you so much. Lovely, thank you.
Just a quick word in your shell-like, Your Royal Highness. That is, in fact, the fourth carrier bag your wife has filled with Christmas goodies. So far, she hasn't paid us for any of them. It's a charity event.
Well, don't worry, I'll just write you a pretend IOU.
I normally prefer to play the way I handle my relationship with my mother. Contactless. You take your hat off and you bow. That's what you do. Hat off, bow. It may be Christmas, but I'm still the Prince of Wales. Yes.
Oh, look at these. These are lovely. Would you give me a small furry aviator? Could I have one, please? No. Miserable wanker.
Hello, Camilla. We got all the goods you asked us to obtain for you.
That's lovely. Are they all here? Oh, what a lovely puppy. Could I have the puppy? Look at these dogs. What lovely dogs. Could I have the dogs?
Hi, Barack Obama. Vote for me in November. Don't vote for Mitt. His name sounds like an oven glove. So, say, David, you like to shoot hoops? Yes, well, actually, I'm just fearfully posh. I like to shoot almost everything. I prefer riding, really. I've got an ex-police horse I can borrow. Yes, anyway, my name's David. I'm just chillaxing with Barack. Yes. We've got a special relationship. Not in that way, of course. No, the Church of England would go mad. No, You'll have to forget, David. He's never been to a ball game before. He doesn't know the rules. Yeah. Well, I like netball. In fact, I prefer football. Yes. Hey, you! You better shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. That's what I say. Shut your mouth.
I'm sorry if I...
You better tell your limey friend to shut his mouth. I'm going to shut it for him. He can take that Beckham with him. Yeah. OK, he says, would you shut the fuck up?
He's serious, is he? I see.
So, say, have you got one of these? This is a medal I got for killing Osama bin Laden with my bare hands. Yeah, I did that. I killed. Vote for me in November. I killed Osama with my bare hands. You want one? I got drawers full of this shit in the White House. Yeah, that's... So, Dave, you ever killed a man with your bare hands? Well, I've thought of killing Nick a couple of times. Seems the kindest thing to do, really. Put him out of his misery. God, it's hot in here. I'm as hot as a pasty with VAT on it.
Tell me, hang on a minute.
I'm almost certain I had my daughter with me when I came in here.
All right, no hard feelings. I only shagged her once. Yeah, she's a lovely girl.
The tactics, pass to Rooney, don't let Heskey shoot. And you here, Sean Wright Phillips, what are you doing here? I picked Walcott. Right, you lot go and train. I will announce the team 15 seconds before kickoff.
So, I'm going to see if I can get this right this time. So, here we go. All right. Once you... What comes next? Once you... I can't get this. Once you...
Yeah, don't worry about that, Wayne. Look, I'll tell you what. I'll show you some moves that the girls love. You ready? Look. Look at that. Bring me sunshine in your smile. No, they love that, the girls. I'll tell you what, I could be on that Strictly Come Dancing. Look at that, eh? Anton Jubek, you stuff that up your jacksie. Hey, I wonder if somebody's burgling me house while I'm here.
Hey, Wayne, how is your anger management going? It's important, I know.
Hey, piss off, Fabio. Here's another thing I tell the girls, like, they love a bit of thigh. Do you see that? They love a bit of thigh, the girls, they love it. And, yeah, I'll tell you what I'm doing, eh? I'm warming up, but I tell you what, it's not for football. No, it's not. I can't go in the same direction as everyone. So that's right, left, right, left. I can't seem to get it. That's all. Left. Here's another one that goes, love. Look at that. I'll tell you what I call that. I call that the leg over. Do you like that? They love that, the girls. They love it. Here's another one. Look, I bow before your beauty. The girls love that.
How come we are so shit?
Our next round is called Newsreel, replaying a recent piece of footage featuring people in the news and asks you to suggest what might be being said. This week's clip features Peter Mandelson.
Well, welcome, Lord Mandelson, to the new Labour election HQ. We've got everything that you asked for. We've got an area for phone polling, we've got an area for leaflets, we've got an area for envelope stuffing, and, of course, we have begun work, as requested, on the machine.
Oh? The machine? When will it be finished?
Well, we just started the installation. It should be ready by the middle of next month.
Ah, as soon as that. That's beyond my wildest imagination.
Just one question, though. We're not quite sure. You know, what is the machine? The machine? Yeah, yes, we never built one. So, you know, what exactly does the machine...
Let me explain. The machine. Soon my enemies will be rounded up and fed into the machine. It will suck their brains dry, and I will be the most powerful politician in the world. It's just a machine for sucking dry the brains of politicians. Is that how... Yes. And this is where I will watch it from. Revenge will be mine, Harry Potter. Are you going to put glass in this? Only I don't want to get
Splash.
And well done, Hugh.
It's Margaret Beckett, isn't it? From the first Labour government. Do you know, I'm beginning to wonder how recent this footage actually is. Oh, lovely, a train in a box. That's odd. Mummy normally gives me a Twix and a lump of organic cheese. Still, never mind. Stick that on eBay.
So this will be your driver, Dave.
Hello, Dave. I love you. So you drive this, do you? Yes, I bet you've got a tale or two to tell.
Yeah, well, actually, it has been hairy a couple of times.
I bet it has. Yes. Do you know, I quite fancy doing your job.
Yes, and I quite fancy doing your job.
Well, that's not going to fucking happen, is it? Can I have a go?
No, I'm afraid it's against regulations.
Is it? Is it? Now, Dave, think very carefully. Yes, I think that's the right answer. Nobody wants to be force-fed organic biscuits. Anyway, let's have some fun. This is an impression. This is the British economy. It's going backwards. Yes, I will. Don't worry, I understand about trains. Now, tell me, Dave, can this go sideways?
Backwards and forwards. It's backwards and forwards. Why don't we just concentrate on driving the train? So just push the lever forward if you could.
It's a lever, is it? I thought it was an enormous licorice all-sort. What do? Just push it forward, do I? Oh, yes, look, we're going. Well, this is a piece of piss, Dave. You're stealing a living. Yes. Oh, wait a minute. Hang on, my arm's stuck. I think, hang on, Dave, my arm's locked. David, my arm. Dave, my arm, I can't stop. My arm's locked. His arm's locked. My arm's locked. I can't. Oh, my God, where are the brakes? Where are the brakes? They're under control. I can't stop it. Got you there, didn't I, Dave?
Well done, you got us. Now we play a round called Mock Quinn Medicine Woman. This game involves Alan, Adam, Andy and Russell. So if you could make your way to the performance area, please. This is where we test our performers' stand-up skills. We spin our news generator, settles on a topic, and anyone can volunteer jokes about the chosen subject. The winners are the people I judge who have produced the funniest stuff. OK, here we go. Let's spin the wheel. The first subject is religion. Who wants to come in on that? Alan Hills.
Like why can you make fun of certain religions? Why can you use certain religions to promote your products and not other? Why can you use Buddha to promote products? You go to any city in the world, you will find a Buddha bar that serves Karma cocktails. You will find a chocolate Buddha restaurant with carvings of Buddha down the wall. If you go to a supermarket right now, I'm sure you'll find a brand of margarine called I Can't Believe It's Not Buddha. Why can you do that with Buddha and no other religious leader? You know why? Because there's no such thing as a Buddhist extremist. What are they going to do? Turn up at your restaurant? Yeah, if you keep calling it that, oh, I've got no choice but to wish you good karma. Shit. You could not do that with any other religious icon. You couldn't have a gym only open on Sunday mornings called Jehovah's Fitness.
Well done, Alan Hill. OK, let's spin the wheel again. The subject is transport. Who wants to come in on that? Andy Parsons.
We've now got ads telling us from the government how to use a level crossing. Now, you'd have thought it was fairly obvious, but apparently the problem is sometimes the barrier goes across the road, but it doesn't go all the way to the other side. And people think, oh, well, it's gone down on my side, but I mean, I can go around the outside, and I can go across. And you're thinking, do we need to spend thousands of government pounds telling people how to use a level crossing? Surely it's just a new form of natural selection.
Thank you very much, Andy. OK, that leaves us with Alan and Russell. Let's spin the wheel. The next topic is fashion. Who wants to come in? Alan.
Yeah, I'm pretty cool. I'm at a funny age. It's hard to get clothes right, I think. Somebody explained to me that there's a theory that the day you pick something up and think, is this too young for me, that is the day that some clothing has got too young for you. And I'm only in my early 30s, but I've had it happen already. I picked something up the other day, I thought, is this too young for me? And it was some of those trainers with wheels on the heels. I think clothes matter. My mind was changed on this last December. I saw a big issue seller in the street dressed as Santa. Yeah, it's fine for us, for adults, but it was daylight, there was children in the street, and I could see one little boy looking at the big issue seller and then looking at his mum as if to say, it's not looking good for my PlayStation 3 this year.
Thank you very much, Alan. OK, Russell, let's see what you've been left with. Let's spin the wheel. The subject, Russell, is etiquette.
It's like ladies with pointy breasts carrying books in a weird way. I'm really socially awkward. I met Jonathan Ross the other day, got really excited. I was having a wee backstage at a gig, and he went, "You're thingamajig, aren't you?" And for some reason, I went, "I can be whoever you want me to be." Now, in a toilet, that is just a come on, you know? And with women, it's even worse. I was on a train the other day, and this lady went, "Excuse me, can you look after my bags whilst I go to the toilet?" Now, in that situation, all you've got to do is go, "Yes." But for some reason, I panicked and went, "You're not allowed to go, and it's in the station." And there you go. So she sits down, going, "Fair enough, didn't realise you were the poo goblin." Horrible moment. The train wouldn't move. Eventually it did. I swear she looked at me and went, "Can I go now?"
Thank you very much, Russell. And in that round, the points go to Adam Allen. In the wheel. The first subject is exercise. Who wants to come in that? Ed.
I ran the London Marathon this year. Thank you. That was an absolutely amazing reception from you guys. Thank you very much. There was an awkward pause. Two people thought, I better fill that and go, ooh, and the rest of you collectively just went with, well, we could not give a shit. Thank you very much. We saw that on television. Thousands of people did that. Also, it was in April. How about you? Move on with your life. Also, of course you ran the London Marathon. You are a white middle-class man in his early 30s. That's what you do. And you're right, that is the most basic first step on the most basic posh man life ever. I can live my whole life on tracks now if I wanted to. That's how it goes. Marathon, marriage, kid, sleep with the au pair, divorce, Crocs, death. That's it. Did it for charity, because I'm a great guy. And you sort of have to. The charity I did it for was a type 1 diabetes charity. Before you think I'm too good of a human being, we'll let you know that I am type 1 diabetic, so I will see that money eventually. Very much playing the long game with that cash. Didn't actually enjoy the marathon, though, for one specific reason. Every few miles, there was groups of people stood there with blue rubber gloves on, with globs of Vaseline on the ends of their fingers, like this. Now, at the time, I had no idea that they were employed by the marathon. You're supposed to run past them, take Vaseline, rub it on any areas of chafage. I had no idea they were supposed to be there. To me, that just looked like some sort of horrendous motivational technique. You better keep running, boy. You better pick up the pace. Otherwise, it's examination time. You got an appointment with Dr. Fingers. Thank you very much.
Next topic is bad things to say at Prime Minister's question time.
Prime Minister, could you look interested while I bring up some boring shit about my constituency?
Is this going to take long? Because I've got an appointment with a rent boy in half an hour.
Can I ask the Prime Minister, are you paying too much for car insurance?
We've got one, we've got two more poofs than you.
Could I ask the Prime Minister, when are you going to retire, you bastard?
Prime Minister, my first is in P, but not in canoe. What am I?
The next topic is unlikely things for a TV announcer to say.
For those of you of a nervous disposition, you may be disturbed to know that your television is off, and I'm speaking to you from inside your own head.
You're watching ITV1. Why are you doing that? I've got the listings in front of me, and we've got nothing. Nothing.
Well, that's it. Don't forget that BBC 24 goes through the night, as do I.
And next on Channel 5, a sensitive documentary entitled The Boy Who Looked Like a Baboon's Arse.
You may be interested to know I am completely naked and playing with myself.
We interrupt tonight's showing of The Sixth Sense with some breaking news. Bruce Willis is a ghost.
If you have been affected by any of the issues raised in Balamory...
Tonight's episode of Songs of Praise contains strong language and scenes of a sexual nature.
Let's leave it there.
What health U-turn has the government made this week?
It's on cigarette packaging. They were planning to say that cigarettes were going to have to come in plain white packets.
In Canada, and they have the photographs on the package as well, but they also have in the French provinces, and like in Quebec, they've got it in both English and in French, the health warnings. And I bought a packet of cigarettes, and on one side it said cigarettes cause cancer, and on the other side it said le cigarette cause le cancer. Was that really entirely necessary? If it wasn't for that le, and then like the French people, there is no le, they could not be talking to us. I will smoke with impunity.
If you want to put people off smoking, just make one cigarette in every packet explosive. How about that? Or genetically modify cigarettes so that as you smoke them, they go, "Help, I'm shrinking, I'm shrinking!"
It's like the government's Drink Aware campaign, though, isn't it? Who doesn't actually drink aware? Who has 4 pints of Stella, starts dribbling, punching themselves in the face, going, this has come as a complete shock to me?
On health matters, what is Michael Gove being encouraged to do?
Fuck off.
That's not going now.
Chris, he only asked a question, it's his job.
OK. On health matters, what has Michael Gove been encouraged to do?
Piss off.
Ask again! Ask again!
Asking, if you keep asking, we can get the swearing down each time. So by the end, it's just shove off, you Nancy.
Oh, it really is the last show in the series. When are we playing Kerplunk? And
the difference
can I ask the question?
No, you've already asked it 3 times. Why don't you answer it yourself? You've got the answers.
Well, what's the point of us being here?
And it's the internet. Who wants to come up? Joe.
The internet. You know when you buy things on Amazon and they have recommendations? You know, like the person who purchased this also purchased this. I was thinking I would like to hack into Amazon and put up my own recommendations. So, like, the customer who purchased My Story by Danny Minogue also purchased a length of rope and a wobbly chair. Customers who bought the book Fabulous Photos of Puppies and Kittens also bought Why Men Leave. And customers who bought 50 Shades of Grey also bought a great big cucumber. Internet crime is apparently on the rise because of the recession, because we're all short of money. Like, in my family, like, my granddad has to go into a home, and these places are very expensive, but we found somewhere, and it's really nice, because he's got his own sort of kitchenette, he's got his own shower stall, there's an outside space with plants and shrubs and stuff. Best thing is, it's completely free. We've left him in home base.
OK, that leaves us with Gary. Let's see what topic you've been left with. Spin the wheel. And the topic is family.
Family. Okay. Old lady names are very much back in fashion at the minute, like Lily or Elsie or Rose, and we wanted something like that for our daughter, but we couldn't decide, so in the end we just called her Nan. I told her she'll grow into it. I remember one time my uncle asked me to spell Schadenfreude and I couldn't, but he's dead now and I'm not, so I win. My cousin always introduces himself as Stephen with a PH, and that's because he's slightly acidic. My married friends would always tell me there's someone out there for everyone, and I'd think, wow, she must be a right slag. Knock, knock, who's there? Grandad. Shit, stop the funeral. Grandad asked me how to print on his new computer. I said, just Control-P. He said, I haven't been able to do that for years. As a child, I was always told that if I touched myself down there, God was watching. But it turned out it was just Uncle Peter. Thank you.
Well done.
Read all about it. Read all about it. Mr. World.
Point to the right, I'm going to go to the lady. Come on back. Our next round is called This Is the Answer. What is the question? On the board are 6 categories. Nathan, which category would you like?
Home news, please.
OK, your category is home news. The answer is trains, toilets and celebrities. What is the question?
Is it, if you're going to make a sex tape on public transport, what 3 things do you need?
What 3 flavours come through when you're tasting English wine?
Is it, according to the coalition agreement, what 3 things do the Lib Dems have responsibility for?
Is it name 3 things I've left my umbrella in?
Is it 3 things you're probably best off not to lick clean?
Is it, what is the name of Thomas the Tank Engine's no-holds-barred autobiography?
Is it what Peter Andre says when he's asked what his daily routine is?
Our trains, our toilets and our celebrities.
Is it what... Is it what...
Is it high-pitched but not Australian anymore?
Our trains, our toilets, our celebrities.
I went to a voice coach to get rid of my Australian accent and I can't help thinking she's done something wrong.
I've been over in this country for a while, so I sometimes slip into both fucking accents. Our trains got them a 6-pack. I don't miss my jeans. And the answers the celebrities are making the money for the kids.
Does anyone have another answer?
What do we do better than Morocco?
OK, can we have correct answer?
I think I've got it.
Oh, it's not the build-up to the correct answer, but go on.
Is it name 3 things I've puked up on at the Edinburgh Festival?
I know the answer, Dara. I'll give you the real answer, Dara.
Will you give me the real answer?
What are the 3 main talking points on a saga holiday? Easy.
Is it 3 things that are full of shit?
That's it from the Peter Andre thing. About that. Where it makes the money for the children. That was it.
Is it?
No.
What 3 things were most complained about at the Queen's Jubilee?
If you can do that in a proper voice.
OK. But 3 things were most What 3 things were most complained about at the Queen's Jubilee?
Very good. Thank you very much, Chris. That was very... The next round is called Between the Lines. Rory and Hugh, can you make your way to our Mock the Week press pit? In this round, one player takes the role of a famous person making a speech, while the other says what they really mean. Rory, you are George W. Bush making his TV address to the nation. Hugh, tell us what he's really saying.
My fellow Americans,
People of Florida.
2 years ago, I declared that hostilities in Iraq were over.
Unfortunately, nobody told the other side.
See, we proved them wrong in Iraq. They said there was no link between Iraq and Al-Qaeda.
There is now.
What people have to understand is the problem was essentially our lack of intelligence.
People have to understand. The problem is essentially my lack of intelligence.
See, problem is people keep putting words in my mouth.
Imagine what it would be like if they didn't.
Well, we will stay in Iraq until the job is done.
We will stay in Iraq until the oil is finished.
Very good. Both of you, congratulations. Rory and you. Points for everyone. Touchdown. And the first subject is parenthood. Who wants to come in on that? Ed.
Been thinking recently that I should maybe have a baby, but I've thought about it and definitely not. Couldn't handle that amount of responsibility. Something that precious, it's terrifying. You know, I've got friends who've just had a baby and they offer that thing around like a plate of biscuits. Do you want to hold my baby? Do you want to hold my baby? I don't want to touch your baby. That is a heart in a bag. I'm going nowhere near that thing. You wouldn't send the work experience into the boardroom, would you? Start me off at holding your uncle and I will work my way up. This is Uncle Toby, 47, from Swansea. Don't worry about dropping me, Ed. I am absolutely shit-faced. Still can't help it. I still think I might want a baby. Like, there's just moments in life I'm just grabbing at signs from the universe. Think, oh, maybe I should have a baby. It's happened to me the other day. I was in the queue in a shop to buy a new light bulb. Because I'm not a student anymore, my light bulb had gone. I'm not going to sit there in the dark for 6 months. So I was in the queue, and in the queue in front of me was a man with a baby. He was a dad. You've got to give people the benefit of the doubt in that scenario. You can't go storming in going, excuse me, is that your baby? You've just got to admit it probably is, right? And on the wall, there were these light switches. They weren't real light switches. They were just, like, designer ones to show you what they would look like on the wall. And the baby was playing with them. Was going, ah-da-da-da-da-da-da, playing with them. And the dad was going, yeah, try that one. And was going, ah-da-da. I saw that. I thought, ooh, that's quite sweet. Maybe I want a baby. There's something in that tableau that I quite like. Maybe I want a baby. Am I broody? Is this brood? And then the dad walked off with the baby, and I wandered over to the light switches and started playing with them. I thought, oh, no, that's what I wanted.
Well done, Ed. unlikely things to hear at the World Cup.
And here comes the Irish team.
Oh, sorry. That is... Wow. You're getting buzzed to fuck for the rest of it. Okay. Sorry, Hugh. You'd like to go
It's
in
all
there?
right.
Yeah,
It's okay.
absolutely.
That's
Hugh.
fine.
Here with the first answer is Hugh.
And here come the Irish team.
Hello, I'm really sorry we didn't get in this year.
And up in the stand, the Uruguayan women with their chant, Uruguay, and I'm a gwirl.
And Portugal have beaten Spain, and Saudi Arabia have beaten a woman for wearing shorts.
Jamie Vardy managed 4 shots in the first half, 3 sambucas and a Skittles vodka.
And that is a great shot from the Russian, but unfortunately the journalist has survived.
So it's Panama's first time at the tournament, but they have been doing FIFA's accounts.
And Sterling has taken a dive. That's it for financial news. Back to the football.
Well, it's official. England are out. And we can go back to identifying people with flags in their windows as racist.
Well, let's have a look at the Swedish bench. $12.99 from IKEA.
Oh, and that is a huge tackle. That has got to make it more difficult to rollerblade.
Brilliant goalkeeper, David De Gea. Midfield maestro, Mesut Ozil. Fast forward...
And he's nipped round the back and banged in an absolute screamer. This really is the best leaked sex tape in the history of football.
Well, we didn't think it was possible, but somehow Gareth Southgate has managed it. England eliminated before the group stage.
Well, at 2-1 down, Iran had to do something, so they've brought on their secret weapon, a 14-megaton intercontinental ballistic missile.
If you've just tuned in to England versus Germany, what are you doing, mate? Love Island is on.
Well, it looks like semis for Croatia. I wish they had worn bigger shorts.
That's a shocking miss from Jesus. They are going to absolutely crucify him for that.
Things you wouldn't hear in a charity appeal.
British Red Cross. Just 3 adjectives to describe the average UKIP voter.
Stuck in a chair, barely able to move. Please help us get Dara walking again.
Peter Andre will be with us later. He's got a new single, and if our donations don't double, we'll let him perform it.
For just 50p, Dara O'Brien will toss you off in comic hand relief.
50p?
50p is no way I'm paying that.
Get Give me a quid at least. I'm classy. Kiss him and everything.
Shoplifters Anonymous, helping people to help themselves.
If you're starting a family, why not consider adoption? But hurry up, otherwise it'll only be the ugly ones left.
With your money, I'm going to start a human organ delivery service called Liveroo.
Every day, these people walk up to 15 steps to get water. With your money, we can employ waiters at Nando's.
At the National Trust, for just £70 a year, you can have unlimited access to national treasures, like the gardens of Stour Head or the sumptuous interior of Judi Dench.
The thing with a disease like HIV is that many people are just ignorant. Most people don't even realise that HIV is just Roman for high five.
Robin needs clean, cold water and something nutritious to eat, because last night he got shit-faced.
These people are disease-ridden. They haven't had a shower for weeks. Donate now. Save a life in Magaluf.
This is the People's Dispensary for Sick Animals. This tiger has 3 dicks. How sick is that?
Give a man a duck and he'll feed himself for a week. Teach a man to duck and he'll avoid low-flying objects.
With your money last year, we took this homeless man and completely transformed him into a homeless woman.
And now on Comic Relief, it's time for some harrowing footage as the cast of Birds of a Feather sing the hits from Greece.
Between you and me, those rescue cats can't even swim, let alone rescue anyone.
The Royal Society for the Protection of Birds, the only charity looking after the needs of Cockney women.
For just the price of a cup of coffee, we can get little Nagubu a cup of coffee.
Pale, sad and hungry. We're raising money for the Irish football team.
Okay, and points go to Milton, Hugh and Angela.
Am I invisible in this fucking jacket?
I think you
Tonight on Russian cookery, cyanide, polonium, and a crab stuffed with explosives.
Not going to be worth it now, is it?
And the first topic is that bullying? Who wants to come in on bullying? Ed.
I'll take bullying. Bullying, serious problem. Obviously, there's a lot of problems in the world, but it's okay because wristbands are sorting them all out. Them ribbons were useless, but the wristband was on the case to save the day. But my favourite wristband is the anti-bullying wristband because footballers like Wayne Rooney, people like that wearing it, that kids were getting beaten up at school for their anti-bullying wristbands. And that's just beautiful. I'm just so glad that never happened to me when I was at school because I could imagine myself trying to reason with the bully as he beat me up for my anti-bullying wristbands. Like, no, but that's my... Oh, the irony. You're only fooling yourself. You may take my wristband, but your actions will never mirror the sentiments it represents.
The subject is health scares. Who's going to come in? Ed.
Well, of course, there's bird flu, which has killed about as many people as have died of vending machines falling on them. And we're very worried about that. Apparently, the reason we're supposed to be worried about it becoming an epidemic is because apparently this is the science behind it. Somebody could have regular flu, apparently, right? Somebody could have regular flu and then could catch bird flu as well. And then theoretically, hypothetically, scientifically, the two could mutate inside that person and create a super strain of bird flu that's airborne like regular flu, and then there could be an epidemic. It's possible. Why don't these scientists smoke a joint and lighten up? Is it not also possible that someone could have bird flu, eat a chicken wing, and then be given the power of flight? Is that not on the cards? I feel a bit sniffly. I went to KFC, had a chest X-ray. Next thing you know, the next stage in our evolution.
The subject is taxis. Who wants to come in that?
One thing I don't miss about London is London cabbies. I used to live in Muswell Hill, a leafy suburb of London, about 6 miles north of here. That's what I thought when I bought the house. I get into a black cab in London's fashionable West End. Turned out I lived in the arsehole of nowhere. Because I'll get into a black cab and I'll go, Muswell Hill, please, and I'll get this. I go, no, mate, I'm not going that way. Like he thinks it's a bus he's driving. What do you mean you're not going that way? I'm not asking for a lift. You know, whenever I get this now, I just get in anyway. I go, right, fair enough. Where do you want to go? That spins them right out of that nose. You what? Come on, where do you want to go? I'm paying. No, mate, doesn't work like that. Yeah, that's what I thought. Muswell Hill, please.
The first topic is entertainment. Who wants to come in on that? Ed Byrne.
I was watching a DVD the other day, horror DVD, Hostel Part 2, not a very good film. Should have twigged by the fact that it was a sequel to Hostel Part 1, also not a very good film. Hostel Part 1 is about men being tortured to death in an underground bunker for the pleasure of others. Hostel Part 2, women being tortured to death for the pleasure of... Oh, they've really flipped it. Hostel Part 3, I imagine hermaphrodites up for the chop. Anyway... I'm about to watch this film, and before I watch it, I have to sit through the DVD piracy warning, which I think we can all agree is beginning to get on our collective tits. Oh, this music's so funky, it makes me want to obey the law. And it's the patronising nature of it. It's this thing of, you wouldn't steal a handbag, you wouldn't steal a car, so why would you steal a movie? I'm sitting there going... Don't tell me what I wouldn't do. You don't know me. I am drunk at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. In my pants. About to watch women be tortured to death in an underground bunker in Eastern Europe. You're telling me I wouldn't nick a poxy handbag? I think you don't know me very well at all, sir.
Subject is young people. Ed Byrne.
Young people, they're very scary, aren't they? I remember being scared of young people when I was young. But when I'm grown up, I'll be bigger than them and I won't be scared of them anymore. And then they armed themselves, which I felt really unfair. I'm not scared of, like, goths or emos, which is kind of a shame, because goths make more of an effort to look scary. It's almost a shame they're not scary. They make more of an effort, and they give that look. Like that, does my vampiric countenance not chill you to your bones? You're like, no. I could send one hoodie in there, it'd be like a dog worrying sheep. Don't annoy me. Getting stepped to by an emo. You're an emo, for God's sake. I think between the two of us, we both know who you're most likely to harm.
The subject is celebrity. Who wants to come in on that?
I will take that. Ed. Yes. No, I'll take celebrity because, you know, I suppose, kind of, I'm a celebrity. You know, I've got that sort of... I'm on telly, occasionally. I'm on it right now. So that's fair enough, you know. But I'm not like famous. I've got that sort of halfway house. I'm not like household name, but I'm not nobody. I'm sort of like that bloke. What's his name? You know, like people will say, oh, I saw that Ed Byrne on telly. And the other person will go, who? You go, oh, you know, the Irish guy, comedian. What, the big guy with the bald head? No, not that bloke. And it's weird when you got that sort of in-between thing, because, you know, I'll tell you what I get a lot, particularly in England, is I get people coming up to me to tell me that they don't know who I am. Seriously. Which to me seems a bizarre thing to cross a room to tell somebody, but you would be alarmed how often someone will come up to me in a pub or a club and go, apparently you're on the television? I've never heard of you. Really? My family used to own a dog called Layla. What? Sorry, I thought we were playing swap information neither of us give the shit about. No? Whereas in Ireland, I'm a bit more well-known. So in Ireland, I get abuse.
Kids, who wants to come in on that?
Ah, sweet.
Ebra.
Sorted. Know about this now. Ah, yes, kids. I became a dad 9 months ago. And I haven't let it change my life completely in that... Well, the one thing I'm worried about is I don't want to be one of those people who prefaces a statement with the phrase, speaking as a parent. Speaking as a parent. Gather round, everyone. He's speaking as a parent now. Quick, no, bring in the people from the other room. He's speaking as a parent. No, he was only speaking as an arsehole before. Now he's speaking as a parent. Yes, oh, sage one, speak. Tell us your wisdom. Impart your knowledge. Speaking as a parent. Doesn't it make you want to stab them as a maniac? Because the thing is, you read the books. There's loads of books you can buy on being a parent. That's why, there's millions of books, in fact. That's why I get really annoyed when people use that excuse for their bad parenting. They always come, oh, well, you know, kids, they don't come with an instruction manual, do they? No. You have to buy one. They're like £7. But with the books, the one thing the books warned me about, it hasn't turned out to be a problem. Books warn me that sometimes the man can become jealous of the affection the woman gives the child. I've not had... The only issue I've had in that direction is that when I burp, I get frowned at, and when he does it, he gets a round of applause. That's not fair. So why is his wind so much more important and exciting than mine? My wife has spent anything up to an hour trying to get wind out of him. Will she pull my finger? No, she will not.
The first subject is parenting.
I'll take this. We have 2 children in our house. 2 boys. One is 4 months old and the other is 21 months old. Yeah. We didn't want there to be too big a gap, so my wife had them both by cesarean. To be honest with you, the 4-month-old, he's already more of a man than I've ever been, because he's already mastered the art of the casual vomit, something I could never do. When I'm sick, it's a biblical event, it's coming out my nose, I'm pulling muscles in my back, but he's so cool with it, he'll puke and then he'll look at you like you just did it, you know. What's this? That was you? Don't think so, doesn't sound like it. But it's amazing the pressure that can build up inside a small child. It's got the puke flies out and the piss flies out and the shit. Honestly, if I was to feed him creosote instead of milk, I could do me fence with him. The thing we've been careful about, though, is even though I have 2 boys, I didn't name either of them after me. Because I didn't want to have that big Ed, little Ed thing. Because when you call him one of your sons Little Ed, it just sounds too much like you're talking about your cock. Oh, Little Ed's been misbehaving. It just seems a bit... Honey, will you just hold Little Ed? Just hold Little Ed for just a minute. Hold Little Ed. Oh, Little Ed's been sick on you. It's just not right.
Thank you very much, Brian. Welcome to Mock the Week. I'm Dara Breen. Well, the season has finished now, but as a special bonus, because we enjoyed it so much, here are some of the rounds we didn't have time to fit into the original programmes, along with some of our favourite moments and a few outtakes. I hope you enjoyed them. Let's have our first topic. That is... What the name of is that? Let's spin the wheel again. Oh, is it? Okay. It is, of course, national surveys. Good luck with this one, folks. This next round is our version of Question Time called Ask the Politicians. I'll play the host. Joe, Frankie and John, if you could move up among the audience, please. Ready to ask your questions to the politician sitting at the front here. If you'd move in. Rory, you're Tony Benn. Hugh, you're a Tory spokesman. And Al, you're the voice of the silent majority. Can we have our first audience question from the swarthy Greek lady on that side there, please? Yes?
Oh, thanks. I was just wondering that as Britain chairs the European presidency, what changes should we be making? And would anyone like some falafel?
Serious suggestion here.
Oh, yeah.
Hello, by the way. I realise I haven't said hello to you today.
No, it's. I thought it was a little bit, you know.
We never
distant.
say hello on this show.
Nice. There is a lack of that, isn't there?
Straight into politics, mate.
Yeah.
Britain needs satire, and I'm here for it. Go straight into it.
I think people don't realise that we don't all just converge on this point without having bumped into each other sometime during the day and the lead into the recording. It's not like they don't like 5 minutes before the show starts going, and then we all just emerge from all the different compass points. Assemble!
All have little nicknames like Token Cockney, Whimsy, One-Liners.
God, it is like the Avengers. You weren't elected, were you, to this position?
I wasn't. I stole it in a bloody coup. And would do it again, my friend. People have disappeared from the show, Miles, and would again for raising those exact kind of questions.
Well, I'm just saying.
Where's Frankie now? Where's Russell now? Gone.
You will be dragged through the streets, Dara. You will be dragged through the streets like Gaddafi.
There are
then they'll be laughing.
Oh, there are 5 regulars on the show. How many regulars now? Just poor weak Hugh. Poor weak Hugh, who I own. Hugh will always give the correct answer when I ask him to, won't you, Hugh? Won't you, Hugh?
Your shoes are almost polished.
Thank you, Hugh. Hugh knows what's right for him. In other news...
I think you're terrific on the megabus, sir.
There's little nerve being sarcastic here, Hugh.
And there goes the final regular.
Just me.
I've known Darren quite a number of years now. Whenever I look at his career and compare it to mine, I always just think, I'm the same age as him. Then I look at his balding head and I run my fingers through my luscious hair and I go, let him have his own show. I don't care. I've got my own hair.
Think of that as you're watching it next week from your sofa. Okay.
The Duke of Edinburgh, very fond of impressions. That was a dirty old man. Oh, the lineup. Of course, the point of these is to meet foreign dignitaries. That's President someone or somewhere with suspiciously dark hair for a man of his age. Tony Blair, of course, will at this stage urge the Duke of Edinburgh not to insult the many dignitaries or be racist with them. There he goes. He's saying they may be foreign, but that doesn't make them bad or wrong. Who's next? Oh, it's Gerhard Schroeder. Another man with suspiciously dark hair. Of course, he doesn't use hair dye. He's never gone grey, in spite of his age of 107.
Is that your image of Scotland? You know that's 3 English blokes at a wedding? Do you remember years ago when they were making Braveheart, everyone said, oh, it's ridiculous, Mel Gibson playing a Scottish guy. That's not going to be very convincing. And look at him now, an alcoholic racist. The most Scottish thing I've ever seen, I was going through a town called Bathgate at about 11:30 at night, and there was a guy pissing against the front door. He then took out his keys and went inside.
Frankie Boyle is now left of another topic.
The subject is bird flu. Who wants to come in that? Ian.
Yeah, we do have a bird flu helpline. We do give us advice on what to do in the unlikely event that we encounter a dead bird. And I thought, well, what are people doing at the moment? Oh, look, there's a dead bird. I must rub it in my face. Hello, bird flu helpline. I think I made a grave error. I was walking down the street and I encountered a dead bird. I rubbed it in my face, yeah. Is that wrong? Shit. If only I'd have spoken to you earlier. What, now? The kids are playing with it, yeah.
This next round is called Phone In. I'll play the host of a radio phone-in programme, interviewing a top guest in the week's news, played by Frankie, whilst the other performers will play different characters ringing in with searching questions, OK? Welcome back to the show. I'm delighted to welcome my special guest, John Prescott.
Hello, Dara.
Good to have you here, John, with us. John, Mr. Prescott, of course, you've had a busy summer. How did they find out about your affair, by the way?
Well, basically, the woman I was shagging ended up being the flattest woman in Britain. So the newspapers just rang round hospitals asking for women who'd been admitted, claiming that a piano fell on them.
We're going to move over to line 3 there.
Oh, I'm line 3, am I?
Hello,
Mr. Mr. Prescott, good to talk to you again. Now, when Tony Blair retires, he's going to be lecturing the world, making a fortune. When Gordon Brown stops being Chancellor, he'll get directorships in the city. What are you going to do when you give up politics?
Well, I resent your tone, to be quite honest. I mean, I'm a man of many achievements. For example, I'm a 25-stone man who's managed to shag a woman on a desk and not break it.
It's funny you should say all of that.
I've got vicious pins and needles. I genuinely have. Oh, God, I'm in genuinely real trouble.
Thank God you're not in Romania. There wouldn't be a doctor for miles.
This is the sort of British sportsman we've come to expect.
Really helped me leg.
So, Russell... You're the youngest,
Russell, you're like 10, 15 years fitter than any of us here, and you're the one whose legs have both fallen asleep from sitting in a chair.
Miss Fat Ankle 2006.
Our next round is called If This Is the Answer, What is the Question? On the board are 6 categories. David, which category would you like?
Science.
OK, your category is science. The answer is serious, risky and heroic. What is the question?
What is telling farmers, you know, it could be worse?
Is it what are Snap, Crackle and Pop's DJ names?
How have people described my recent sex tour of Nigeria?
Very well reviewed in The Spectator.
How would you describe standing in between Judy Finnegan and a free bar?
Is it what are the 3 speed settings on the world's most powerful vibrator?
And you know what the correct answer is?
Or is it about the Russian submarine that's attempted to claim the North Pole?
It's exactly what it is. Well done, Frankie. Congratulations. The first subject is exam questions that were rejected.
A lot of people say that the exams are too easy. Is the answer A, yes? Or B, David Beckham?
With illustrations, describe the Prophet Muhammad.
A Virgin train is travelling at 120 miles per hour between London and Manchester. What time will it be cancelled?
Do you think kids spend too much time with their PlayStation? Answer cross, triangle, circle or square.
Tick the box A, B or C to receive the grade A, B or C.
Sex education practical. Report to me in the stationery cupboard.
If I add 1/8 to 1/16, how stoned will I be?
Now we play a game called What on Earth? You're thinking at home, wow, I haven't seen this game before. That's because we never fucking broadcast it. Now we've an exciting new round called Ask the Panel, which ordinary members of ask questions about something in the news this week. Can we have our first question, please? Who wants to come with a question? That gentleman there, please.
Do any of you smoke, and if so, how have you been dealing with the smoking ban?
No, very easily.
I don't smoke, but apparently the big problem with the smoking ban is BO in nightclubs. And I've thought it through, just put Nicorette patches under both armpits. 2 birds, 1 stone. Also, if they need to put a new smell into nightclubs, you've got to select something that everyone likes. Bacon. Those are my ideas.
I did enjoy Charles Kennedy getting done.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he obviously knew the dangers of smoking, not so aware of the dangers of sticking your head out of a train going at 125 miles an hour.
I thought Charles Kennedy probably wasn't even smoking. It's probably like just the alcohol in his breath spontaneously combusted. He's probably like a baby dragon at this stage.
I saw something that was great the other day. There was a bloke outside a pub and he had a cagoule on, right? And he was just absolutely slashing it down. Just smoking like that, like a nicotine-obsessed condom. It's fantastic. You think he'd probably just quit at that stage?
That's a really good look for you, by the way.
Thanks so much.
Do more stuff like that.
Well, if most people did this, the world would be a happier place. Very difficult. It's very difficult to take something seriously.
Are you talking about...
I want a divorce.
I think you probably get it, actually.
Yeah. How has Blue Peter managed to upset the Tories this week?
Have they changed their name to Red Peter?
They have not.
Have they not?
No, they have not. No.
Is Connie Huck?
It is Connie Huck, yes.
Does she hate him? I don't know.
Does she even hate him? No.
Yeah, I tell you who doesn't hate Connie Huck. Hey, Dara.
She's a good girl.
Hang on.
Don't mess with the hook.
What does that mean? Do you fancy her?
He dresses up as I've seen him do it. He dresses up as I've seen him.
Kids TV kind of thing, and I quite like... she's getting dissed at the moment.
Then.
Yeah.
I'm just saying she's...
He loves her. He loves her.
No,
Look at him squirm.
Have you ever met her, Dara?
I've never met her, no.
Would you like
to meet her,
Clearly
Dara?
not
Would you
going
like
to
to
happen
sidle
now.
up to her and say, here's something I made earlier?
Dara, does your wife watch this?
Yeah, but she doesn't watch Blue Peter, so I'm all right.
Sticky back plastic.
That actually was just a Blue Peter term. It had no actual gag there, so no, it's very good. You might have just said, check the dog at that stage. Welcome to Mock the Week. I'm Dara Green. Give a big welcome to the people... fucking hell. I'm sorry.
It's going to be the best one ever.
The first 5 seconds were brilliant.
Oh, lovely.
I'm sorry.
This organisation does not tolerate failure, Mr.
OK, the first subject is national identity. Who wants to come in on that? Russell.
I need a piss.
OK, I'll just give the title again so you can pop it up on screen. Excuse me. Sorry.
I'm a little bored today. I think I may sing the news to you. Oh,
sorry. I'm sorry. Which point we usually ask you if you could now walk like a raptor.
Should I walk like a raptor?
Go on, for those who haven't been here before.
This is an announcement to any passengers awaiting the 10 o'clock train to Edinburgh, calling at Peterborough, Doncaster, Darlington, York, Grantham, Northgate, Peterborough. Fuck, I fucked that up. It was going to be so funny as well. Oh, it was funny.
What do you think the punishment for queue jumping should be? Do you think A, death, B, deportation, or C, that twat with a buzzer keeps on putting it in the wrong fucking place?
You're just funny. To me, you're funny right from the start, OK? Sorry, Russell, do you want to walk back in the walk again?
It's not going to be very good anyway.
In the week that Osama bin Laden released... for fuck's sake! More of that later. Mock the week.
I foiled him by throwing a banana at him.
Who throws a banana at somebody? Next topic is what you didn't hear at Live Earth.
Live Earth, sponsored by Powergen.
Go home, it's too late. There's nothing we can do.
Yeah, just keep the car running. I'm only doing 20 minutes.
We've managed to power this whole event just by burning orangutans.
The next topic is unlikely letters to be read out on points of view.
Why, oh, why is the structure of my chromosomes?
Dear BBC, I watched a light entertainment programme on your network the other night that wasn't hosted by Graham Norton. Is he ill?
Dear BBC, how did you manage to get those hippos to swim in a circle?
Dear BBC, I am a Nigerian general with £30 million to put in your bank account.
Last night, I turned onto your new porn channel, See Boobies.
Dear Points of View, I would like to complain about the weird voice you're reading out my letter in.
We start with a round called Picture of the Week. I show the panel a topical image and ask them to tell me what's happening. Here's a picture of the new Labour leader, Jeremy Corbyn. So what's going on here?
Has he been sleeping in the bin on the right?
The idea it could be the oldest delivery boy in the world still hasn't figured out how to hold a pizza correctly.
I suspect he's dressed up for his first meeting with the Queen.
Is it just simply first day at big school?
Is it breaking news? Marks and Spencer's merger with Sports Direct.
I think possibly it's page 3 of The Socialist Worker.
I'm glad you told me that was Jeremy Corbyn. For a second, I was worried that's what Charlie Brown looks like now. And that folder actually contains Snoopy's ashes.
Too much now.
Please. Snoopy's long dead.
I think it's a 66-year-old legend still got it going on.
I reckon the owners of number 48 are probably very proud to be able to show off their garden like that.
It was a Tuesday! It was a Tuesday! The bigs were collected on a Tuesday!
I bet they're more surprised than anyone that one of their gnomes just came to life and walked off.
Is he such a dedicated socialist that he refuses to look to the right, even though that's the direction he is in fact looking?
Are you saying that? Well, ultimately, I'm sorry, you were all born bad t-shirts and shorts. It's just socks with the trainers is the only genuinely offensive thing there.
Yeah. And not using cocoa butter.
And not using cocoa butter.
Yeah, he's a
66-year-old man. I think
so. There's no age restriction on cocoa butter. I'm really 55.
It is Jeremy Corbyn who's elected leader of the Labour Party on Saturday, winning a landslide majority of 59.5% of the vote. So how are we doing? The new era under Corbyn?
It's exciting. It's really exciting. I'm so happy, and I'm not going to let you guys ruin it for me. I'm not going to.
And that's reasonable, isn't it? Because, I mean, there's nothing weird about Jeremy Corbyn at all, is it?
But he's right there, isn't it? Because in an era of identikit politicians, it is about time we had a leader of a major party who looks like he should be advertising canal boat holidays.
No, I'm not surprised that he won. I'm just surprised that he won by such a large majority. Like, he got so many votes, like, even the organisers of the Qatar World Cup were going, how the hell do you do that?
His first congratulation call was from Sepp Blatter, actually.
I feel really sorry for him, because even though he's actually won this, people in Labour don't even seem to like him. And I think it's because he is so good. Like, he's a saint. He's so pure. He's so principled.
He collects pictures of drain covers.
OK,
is that a thing? He is the nerd of the nerds. And obviously he's not the only MP who's got a large collection of pictures of manholes, but he's...
The weird thing is because he's an Arsenal supporter. He goes on to matches, but
that comes as no surprise.
Yeah, well,
yes,
well, he's an Islington for God's sake, but that
well, not so much that, but it's a bunch of underperforming Reds who are hooked on the outmoded concepts of a foreign intellectual who, when they tried to put a team together this year, couldn't get anybody decent to join them.
That is some weapons-grade analogy there.
How did Cameron react? Did you see the Cameron's reaction to it?
Security is the key word.
There's a lot about security. He sent out this tweet. In fact, no one sent out this exact tweet, but Cameron said the Labour Party is now a threat to our national security, our economic security, and your family's security. Not my family. My family are fine. We live in a big house with 2 policemen outside the front. But your family, where are they now? Do you think that for a second? Look around. Can you see them? No, I can't see them either. He's climbed in the window and stolen them. That's what he's doing. Your family are gone, my friend, and I have a unique set of skills to return my family. I will, whatever Liam Neeson does.
You see that tweet, and then you see a picture of Jeremy Corbyn, supposedly the most dangerous man in Britain. This is the man who's a 66-year-old beige pensioner who's a pacifist vegan cyclist. The most dangerous man in Britain. He's in trouble if there's a lorry turning left and he hasn't had his B12 supplement.
Do you think the subtext is that the Labour Party is now a threat to our national security, economic security and your family's security because now they've become completely unelectable? We Tories are going to go hog wild on this country!
It feels like Cameron's got the Labour Party mixed up with the bad guys from Transformers.
Who are the bad guys in Transformers?
The Decepticons. Hey.
Decepticons. I think we've just spotted the nerd of the nerd of the nerd.
Unlikely lines from a war movie.
Bad luck, Sir Winston. I'm afraid the Second World War's gone to penalties.
I'm going to go and rescue a horse that's trapped in the wire. You put the potatoes on.
We've located the battleship. It is in the squares B5, B6, B7, F9.
I was sent upriver in Vietnam, tasked with killing a renegade colonel. That was one hell of a gap year.
I haven't seen a case of trench foot this bad since the Isle of Wight festival.
It is better to die on your feet than live on your knees. Anyway, enough about that Talisa video.
Well, if nothing else, this is going to make a lovely tapestry.
We're at 5,000 fathoms. Bing! The hull will never take it, Captain. Bing! And you going bing isn't helping either.
Louis, this could be the start of a beautiful friendship, but only if you dress up as a nurse and give me a discharge.
Sir, new intelligence has come in from the letters page of the Daily Mail, and it seems Herr Hitler has a point.
I can't stand the sound of the guns. Why did I move to Tottenham?
In the Marines, our motto is, no one gets left behind. Private Cameron, where is your daughter?
We make an amphibious landing here. We scale the cliff, avoid the sweeper, bounce on the big balls, and I'll meet you in the wipeout zone.
Chaps, we're about to go over the top. I have a message for you from High Command. Simply says, war! What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Say it again now. War!
Don't put your stuff in that one. It's got a really catchy edge on it. I call it the hurt locker.
Medic! 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 I'll tell you what the problem is. I've been shot in my dick.
OK, and the boys over to Chris, Hugh and Gary. Now we play a round called Thief of Baghdad. This game involves Ed, Jack, Andy and Russell, so if you could make your way to the performance area, please. This is where we test our performers' stand-up skills. We spin our news generator. It settles on a topic and anyone can volunteer jokes about the chosen subject. The winners are the people I judge to produce the funniest stuff. OK, here we go. Let's spin the wheel. First subject is sleep. Ebra.
Does anyone here sleep with someone who snores? Yes? Well, I envy you, because I lie awake next to someone who snores. My wife snores terribly, and part of what keeps me awake is lying there going, how do you sleep through this? I can't sleep through it, I'm only next to it. The noise is inside your head. And how come you can sleep through that? But the sound of me making a sandwich in our kitchen, that wakes you up. There is no way me making a sandwich makes more noise than you're making right now. She snores so... She said the cutest thing to me one time, though. She says, do I not sound like a kitten purring? Bless. No. You sound like a cat drowning in porridge. If I had a kitten made that noise, I'd put it down. Apparently she had her nose broken a couple of times when she was a kid. Didn't teach her, she's still bleeding snoring.
Thank you very much, Ed. OK, let's spin the wheel again. Subject is health. Andy Parsons.
With flu jabs now, what they do, don't they, is they put a little bit of flu into you to help you combat the flu. I was thinking by that argument, surely you should be able to have the odd cake to help you fight obesity. Because let's face it, you can do too much exercise, can't you? You know, did you see Madonna's arms? They didn't look right, did they? It's like half human, half Terminator. Of course, that's the problem when you're always picking up small African children going, no, no, no.
Thank you very much, Andy. OK, that leaves it with Russell and Jack. Let's spin the wheel. The next subject is television. Who wants to come into that? Jack.
I get very frustrated with pretty much everything on television. I find adverts at the moment particularly annoying, like the banking adverts, because they're trying to portray bankers as being nice people. Like, they've got this one at the moment for, like, a mobile bank that travels around the country, and you walk in and there's your friendly local bank manager acting like a hairdresser, like, nattering away. You know, you walk up to the till, it's like, oh, how was your holiday? I went camping. Oh, why did you go camping? Because you lost all of my money! Decided the only option I've got is just to not watch TV at all, because everything annoys me. And I've got quite a lot of people that pressure me into doing that as well. Like my dad, he's quite old-fashioned. He's always saying, you don't need to watch television. You should do other things, better things, more edifying things. Don't watch TV, Jack. You should read. Read the great novels. They're entertaining, they're educational. Even read the Bible. The Bible is engrossing. It's enthralling. The stories of Jesus, they're encapsulating, they're invigorating. I'm like, no, Dad. If I wanted to be entertained by 12 people sat round a table trying to impress some bearded Jewish know-it-all that thinks he's some kind of deity, I will watch The Apprentice.
Thank you very much, Jack Whitehall. OK, Russell, let's see what you've been left with. Let's spin the wheel. That's fitness.
Could have been camel toes. Now, I was in the gym the other day. I was in a locker room, and a 5-year-old boy ran in and jumped into a locker. Now, sometimes you know you're just going to have an incident, right? You could hear him in there giggling, like, and you knew what he was going to do. He was going to jump out and scare his mates, because his mates appeared seconds later, like, where's Stephen gone? Where's Stephen? He was near a minute ago. This is most irregular. And he waited, not for his mates, but for 3 huge naked men. It was fantastic. They were kind of walking past, and this little kid leapt at those men like a cat with rabies. It was incredible, right? Just from nowhere, the noise they made, I've never heard a noise like it. They sounded like a tugboat getting molested. It was like, His long-suffering dad is in the showers, obviously heard this and went, that'll be my bloody boy! Ran back, confronted this glowing hellbeast and went, Stephen, what have I told you about acting up in public? And this little kid cut his dad down with one very simple sentence. Dad, your willy's moving? You're just there going, oh, the world is a better place.
Thank you very much, Russell. At the end of that round, the points go to Ed and Jack. Our next round is called Headliners. Here's a picture of Centre Court at Wimbledon. But what does RBWF stand for?
Is it really boring watch football?
Regular bunch of white folk.
Is it? Russin' bussin' winner Federer.
Bussin' winning Federer.
What's that then?
What is that? Is that like
I think that's from Scooby-Doo.
As Captain Caveman commentating on...
Is it replace balls with fruit?
All right, let's move towards the correct answer if we can,
really
please.
Both Williamses fellas?
Is it simply rich bastards watch final?
There's a touch of that, all right, yeah.
Excellent.
More tennis for the people.
Yeah. For those people. Is it record-breaking Wimbledon final?
It is record-breaking Wimbledon final. Thank you very much. You'll watch this week.
Do you know the most amazing thing about the final? Tim Henman commentating on the final. What does he know about it?
To be honest, none of us were interested. As soon as Murray got knocked out, we weren't bothered. And it was hilarious how fickle we were. We were like, come on, Andy, do it for Britain. Game, set, match, Roddick. You Scottish bastard! Straight away.
Andy Murray, I think, is, like, we've got to admit, he's a brilliant British number one.
Yes.
We're not taking anything away from him. But let's not forget, the British number 2 is actually Adrian Chiles. And the number 3 is just the concept of disappointment. For many years, there wasn't a British number 1. It just started at 2. Did you see the other British guys that got knocked out in the first round? Some of those guys turned up with snooker cues.
I mean, you're right, Frankie, because I, in fact, had 2 weeks at the David Lloyd Tennis Centre, and I'm now Britain's number 6.
It's not just Britain that's bad, though. What happened to the lesbians? They used to dominate Wimbledon. Where are they now?
Yeah.
Well, I really miss that smell of pipe smoke in the ladies' locker room.
What I like about Andy Murray, right, is he's, like, beyond Scottish. He's, like, almost translucent. He's like a living porridge. Sometimes the sun would strike him in a certain way and he'd cast a rainbow against the scoreboards. No wonder people couldn't beat him. They couldn't see him. It must have been like playing Predator or something.
If you watch Wimbledon, I loved it. It was really great because the cameramen this year were proper perverts.
Yeah.
Every time a point was played, they're like, right, let's have a look. She will do. Did you see it was one clip where this girl with massive tatty bojangles was literally
jumping up and down.
Yeah,
I saw that.
In slow motion going... And McEnroe actually said, God damn. Yeah. It was literally the highlight.
I've not to be honest, Mike, I watched that in high def, and in 1080, that was phenomenal.
They always cut to the beautiful wife or girlfriend in the box. They always do that. I wish... now, looking back, I'd really tried at tennis and got to this level, and then I'd have gone out with the fattest pig I could have found and sat her up there. So they said, oh, Skinner playing really well, and there's his... Oh, my God. Looks like he's given her a few backhanders.
We've been out to see at Patty Bojangles, or what are they called?
Tatty Bojangles, but the thing is... the best thing about...
You don't use that during love play, I hope.
I'm talking about my girlfriend.
It sounds like an imaginary friend a child would have who behaves inappropriately. Oh, dear, Mr. Tatty Bojangles is here again. I'll never be able to get to sleep tonight.
Who spilled the milk on the floor? Tatty Bojangles.
Anyways, the other great thing about the cameramen is some of the replays were outstanding, because for some reason Wimbledon seemed to employ the oldest ladies they could to be line judges. So these poor women haven't got a chance of getting the way out of these 137 miles per hour serves. There was one old woman, you could literally see it just go whack and smack her in the face, and they replayed it. Just see this poor lady go... and all the... Their work, love. Well, I've got Spalding on my face, so no!
I love the screaming, you know, the screaming and the grunting. Actually, the neighbours asked me to keep it down.
In the final, they cut to a shot of Woody Allen and Soon G sitting in the crowd. And I was trying to read his lips, and it looked like he was saying, no, don't buy an ice cream. That just makes me look like a... Don't buy an ice cream. And will you stop calling me Dad?
Everybody was interested in when the roof closed, and I thought, that's not the exciting bit. The exciting bit is when the roof opens and the umpire's chair goes back and Thunderbird 1 takes off.
Well, that was the thing, wasn't it? They said the roof would stop moments like Cliff Richard singing because it was raining. You think, that's a lot of expense to go to stop Cliff Richard singing. You can get a gun in Brixton for 60 quid.
What I love about Wimbledon in general, it's the only sport that has its own fruit. You know, strawberries. Imagine doing that at Millwall. Lovely game. Guava?
What is the grunting about? I'd like to see them doing it in, like, the snooker or something.
Yeah.
The first subject is parenting.
I'll take this. We have 2 children in our house. 2 boys. One is 4 months old and the other is 21 months old. Yeah. We didn't want there to be too big a gap, so my wife had them both by cesarean. To be honest with you, the 4-month-old, he's already more of a man than I've ever been, because he's already mastered the art of the casual vomit, something I could never do. When I'm sick, it's a biblical event, it's coming out my nose, I'm pulling muscles in my back, but he's so cool with it. He'll puke, and then he'll look at you like you just did it, you know. What's this? That was you? Don't think so, doesn't sound like it. But it's amazing the pressure that can build up inside a small child. It's got the puke flies out and the piss flies out and the shit. Honestly, if I was to feed him creosote instead of milk, I could do me fence with him. The thing we've been careful about, though, is even though I have 2 boys, I didn't name either of them after me. Because I didn't want to have that big Ed, little Ed thing. Because when you call him one of your sons little Ed, it just sounds too much like you're talking about your cock. Oh, little Ed's been misbehaving. It just seems a bit... Honey, will you just hold little Ed? Just hold little Ed for just a minute. Hold little Ed, or oh, little Ed's been sick on you. It's just not...
Thank you very much, Jeff. OK, that leaves us with Gary. Let's see what you've been left with. OK, let's spin that wheel. The topic is celebrity.
Celebrity. They started a celebrity magazine for the elderly. It's called Hello, Hello, Hello. Uri Geller. Surprisingly hard to stab. Malcolm X chose that name rather than admit he'd accidentally put a kiss at the end of a text message. I went to see Walt Disney on Ice. Bit disappointing, it's just an old bloke in a freezer. The new president of France said this week that English speakers were arrogant in their refusal to learn foreign languages. At least I think that's what he said. But it all just sounded like haw-hee-haw, haw-hee-haw. And remember, that's not racist if it's about the French. I'd have £5 on the Dalai Lama if I was a Tibetan man. When they buried the man who invented Tetris, the whole cemetery disappeared. As well as 7 years in prison here, Abu Hamza could be deported to the United States where he could face the electric chair. But on the plus side, if he is electrocuted, at least he can just stick his hook in the air and pretend to be a bumper car.
Point to both of you. Come on back. Now we play a round called Set Your Phasers to Fun. This game involves Hal and Gary, so if you could make your way to the performance area, please. This round is a stand-up challenge. I launched a wheel of news, and wherever it chooses to stop, one of our performers must step forward and talk about that subject. The winner is whoever I think is the funniest. OK, here we go. Let's spin the wheel. First subject is building. Who wants to come in on that? Hal Crutton.
Building freaks me out a bit. Well, builders intimidate me, because I've had builders come to work at my house and they work for like 2 days, then go away for a week. And you end up making that phone call to them, and it makes me feel like a little kid whose parents have split up and the dad's being really crap. It's the same conversation. You just go, you said you'd come on Saturday. You said you'd be here on Saturday. I'm really sorry, mate. I've been really busy. I can make it Tuesday. Do you promise you'll come on Tuesday? Can we go to the park? I love you. They intimidate me. I've had a builder come and give me a quote on a problem in my house and make it worse right in front of my face. Literally, feeling my wall, going, yeah, feel that damp, mate, that's chronic, that's soaking wet, yeah? All round there, that's soaking wet, yeah? I put a little knife in, yeah? Watch it crumble. Look at the plaster fall away from your wall. Look at the size of that hole in your wall. That hole wasn't there when you arrived. It's massive, isn't it, mate? It's massive. No other job does that. No other job diagnoses a problem by making it worse, do they? Nobody. You know, doctors don't go, I think you've got brittle bones, mate, I do, and then stamp on your leg, do they? See that, mate? Your leg was like a twig, yeah? I think you got a dodgy heart as well. Boom! See, you having a heart attack, you see? I actually tried to help this builder finish our kitchen, and he just stopped and went, mate, and I kind of jumped because I'd been momentarily transfixed by the beauty of the bubble in the spirit level. He just stopped. He said, seriously, mate, leave it. You don't know what you're doing. I'll finish it off. And that night I had a dream that I was making love to my wife. And he walked in and said, seriously, mate, leave it. You don't know what you're doing. I'll finish it off.
Thank you very much, Hal Crutton. OK, it's Gary now, so let's see what topic you've got, Gary. Let's spin the wheel. Topic is childhood.
As a child, I was made to walk the plank. We couldn't afford a dog. My 6-year-old refuses to eat anything other than alphabetic spaghetti. Luckily, he's dyslexic, so I just buy him normal spaghetti. Seems to work. Dad, these are all L's. Yeah, it's Welsh. I bought him some medicine for his ADHD. On the side of the bottle, it said concentrate. I thought if he could do that... I bought a really nice 12-year-old Scotch. Obviously, his parents weren't pleased. I hate people who complain about breastfeeding in public. I don't want to see it, or that's disgusting, or you can't do that, you're not a woman. And that's not a baby. As kids, we always enjoyed dipping ginger nuts into a steaming hot cup of tea. But, of course, nowadays, that's called bullying. I shouldn't do that, by the way. Ginger jokes are the last vestiges of racism in comedy, and they started a ginger pride movement to stamp that shit out. They had a march in Hyde Park. Well, they were going to when the sun came out. Nan always said that when she was young, she never had to worry about leaving her back door open. What a slag. I'm totally going to get in trouble with the family again. This is really not worth it. You got to look after your health as you get older. The other day I did a poo and noticed there was a little blood in it. I said, "Oi, bruv, get out my toilet, innit?" Thank you.
Well done, Guy Delaney. Well done, both of you. Points for both of you. Come on back. Why will Sir Ranulph Fiennes not be at home for Christmas?
He'll be dead. He'll be dead in the snow. Like that. That's why.
Why do people... They surely freeze like that. Why is it people always freeze like that?
He's walking across the South Pole for Christmas.
For Christmas.
I love that song. Walking across the South Pole for Christmas.
Chris really is
I'm gonna
best
lose
work.
my
They
other limb.
reckon for Ranulph Fiennes, they reckon it's going to be minus 90 at some point. Minus 90. A popularity rating Nick Clegg would kill.
He said it's the most hostile environment on Earth, but he's clearly never been in a Wetherspoons at breakfast time.
Well, it was his partner that came up with the idea, isn't it? It wasn't him that came up with the idea, and his partner's not going, which I love. Yeah, we're going to go across the South Pole at winter. You come in. Nah. Now, you go. I'll watch from here.
His partner said it's because he would miss out on his pension. That is the worst excuse I've ever heard.
Hang on, who'd miss out on the pension? Oh, the partner isn't going because they'd miss out on the
Yeah, he
pension?
said it would affect his pension. Mainly because he'd die, I imagine.
Well, he was 65, wasn't he?
His pension. Is he...
Well, I read this.
Is he gay?
No.
What?
No,
no, his travel partner.
Oh, his travel partner. Oh, God, I thought I'd missed a big story somewhere on the way about Ranulph Fiennes.
We're gonna go across the Arctic at night, and we are gonna look amazing. No one's gonna be able to see us.
That's not fur for warmth. That's just a big headdress, like in the Village People.
Yeah. Sorry. He's done everything, Ralph. He's climbed Everest. He's been over both of the poles. He's found the lost city of Rome. He's taken an expedition up the White Nile. You can't help thinking, is everything all right at home?
What are you running from? What are you running away from?
He took us on that expedition where he sawed his fingers off. That was with a saw that apparently he'd taken in case he needed to saw his fingers off. That's his pessimism, isn't it?
Do you know the best thing is, Nelly, you can actually get that as an app.
I was in Siberia not that long ago, minus 52 degrees, right? And it was so cold. We were told, we were in a tent, if we went outside for a piss, right, we had to shake as we pissed, because otherwise it was going to freeze back onto our penis, right? I tell you, that was a hell of a quick piss. Nothing frightens you more than you thinking you might get frostbite of the penis. Which was when I was quite grateful I've still got a foreskin, because I figured if I did, I'd still have a little bit to lose and it wouldn't actually matter.
I think just to come out of a tent in the morning and see like a sculpture of kind of half arcs. Quite dangerous.
Ah, Andy, why don't you go further away from the tent?
Things you wouldn't hear on a science documentary.
My favourite element is helium. I can't speak highly enough of it.
The solar system is so vast that it could comfortably accommodate your mum.
The most fascinating thing is, if you really spend enough time looking at the alignment of the stars, your wife will leave you.
They call it dark matter. Well, whatever it is, I've tried to flush it 4 times and it's still bloody there.
The light from this new, distant planet takes so long to get here that we're actually seeing things that happened years ago. And that's why scientists have named it Dave.
Tonight, we're discussing sports science. Is it a real job, or is it just PE when it's raining?
In our next experiment, we're going to prove that putting Dara O'Brien in a room full of young people still doesn't make science interesting.
I think we've got the points.
So, if we look through the telescope, we can see the biggest black hole ever found. Oh no, I've left the lens cap on.
Weren't D-Ream shit?
How does your granny stairlift work? Well, it's all to do with nanotechnology.
No, Nigel, that's not how you make a test tube baby. Get your penis out of the test tube.
So this is amazing, right? So what you're saying is that somewhere, Professor Cox, in a parallel universe, there is a me with hair. That's right, Dara.
The end of that round. Nobody gets any points at the end of that round. It is unlikely things to hear at a party conference.
Yes, I'm a millionaire. Yes, I went to Eton. But I really feel I can relate to the rest of you scum.
My name's Dave, like the TV channel. We both repeat the same old shit over and over again.
Would Nick Clegg please come to Lost Property, where his missing spine has been handed in?
Am I to the left? Am I to the right? I'll be honest. It depends which trousers I'm wearing.
So that concludes the conference. One more question. Would anyone like to buy a 40-foot sign with the word Conservatives written on it?
I'd avoid the hotel bar. Anne Widdecombe's in there reading 50 Shades of Grey.
It has just been unacceptable cut after unacceptable cut. Why can't Boris Johnson find a proper hairdresser?
Welcome to the UKIP conference, the first conference to be held here in Islamabad.
Education, education, education. Can someone fix my auto cue, please?
Politicians, ready! Gladiators, ready!
Let's get drunk and join the Euro.
This government say they're phasing out Roman numerals. Not on my watch.
There have never been enough women in this party, and that is why, from this afternoon, you can call me Stephanie.
Our strategy for this Labour conference is embrace the geek and not, as I said earlier, release the gimp.
support of Testicular Cancer Awareness Week, it's Shadow Chancellor Ed Ball.
I don't know about you, but I have swallowed so much semen this weekend.
My name's Dave, like the TV channel. And I repeat the same old shit over and over again.
There you go. At the end of that round, the points go to Josh, Catherine and Andy.